Associates, Denny's Carpet, First Harrison Bank, Morgan's Auto Salvage, Our Place Drug and Alcohol Services, Prosser Career Education Center. Get ready for the excitement, the rivalries, and the hometown pride. It's Real Country 96.9 WKLO, your home for local sports.
Christmas is coming on Thursday, and teams are ready to celebrate. The top 10 team is on the road tonight for their one game this week. Welcome to our high school boys basketball broadcast here on 96.9 WKLO, online at WKLO969.com, and on the 96.9 WKLO 96.9 YouTube channel, as well as on your Alexa. We welcome you to our Davis Crushstone pregame show. We hope you're having a great Saturday. Hopefully you're enjoying the milder temperatures today as well. Alongside our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton, I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play story. Come on in for this gathering of family, friends, and fans. The Class A number 9 Orleans Bulldogs, with a 3-1 record, the defending Class A state champions, have made the winding drive to the southeast to take on the North Harrison Cougars, 1-4 here at the Cougar Den on the campus of North Harrison High School here in the town of Ramsey. The Bulldogs have started the season with a trio of home wins, that is, having defeated Crothersville in their opener when they received their championship rings from last year's run to the Class A state championship, and a win over county rival Springs Valley before losing to Bar Reeve on the road. But the Bulldogs did bounce back last week and defeated Northeast DuBois, a local rival at home, 51-40 on Friday night. This Bulldog team does not look exactly the same as the state championship team last season. They graduated 2 key guards out of the backcourt, and those guards being Bryce Jones, the point guard, and their shooting guard, Rylan Crocker, the all-time leader in three-point shots made in Orleans history. Those two left a huge void for the Bulldogs, as did role players Kagan Russell and Jimmy Sanders. The Bulldogs have been adjusting to new roles this season within their roster, but 4 of those 6 rotation players who were the primary guys on the way to winning a state championship last year have returned. And the leader for the Bulldogs has been Alex DeWitt this season, the 6'3 senior at the forward position, averaging 16 points, 6 rebounds per contest here in the early season. By the way, he leads Orleans in both of those categories. The only other double-figure scorer so far has been Nate Brown. The 6'4 senior is averaging 11 points per game to go with 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3.5 steals per contest. Other contributors, though, include Nolan Robbins at 6'2 and a senior. Robbins is averaging 6.5 points per game, and he is averaging 3 assists so far in the young season. Mason Freed, the big man in the middle, the 6'6 senior at center. 4.5 points, 6 rebounds on average, and a team-high 2 blocks per game over the first 4 games for the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs have had contributions from other guys on the team. Owen Gilbert has slowly been gaining confidence throughout the season over the last couple, or especially last Friday in the win over Northeast DuBois, and Troy Dilley has been impressive coming off the bench. The 6'2 senior is averaging just under 5 points to go with 3.5 rebounds for the Bulldogs. Orleans plays a tough man-to-man defense. They run great sets on offense. They will make it tough on the Cougars tonight. And North Harrison looking to bounce back from a tough road loss to Brownstown Central last night as they fell 66-50. They trailed by 5 at halftime and actually had a 5-point lead in the second quarter. But a 14-0 run that spanned the second and third quarter gave Brownstown a 39-26 lead with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. And the Cougars never fully recovered from that, trailing by as much as 24 last night against a good Brownstown team. Corey Burson led the way in scoring with 11 points last night. Sophomore forward Garrett Tucker probably had his best varsity game to date with 9 points and 4 assists for the Cougars. They had a lot of guys score last night. 8 of the 9 guys who saw the floor for the varsity scored for North Harrison last night. They're going to need an effort like that tonight, but need a couple of guys who can get up into the double-figure category to lead the way against this stingy Bulldog team. Logan Hune continues to lead the team in scoring, averaging 9.4 points per contest. Caden Hain is the leader in rebounds and assists, and he is tied with Bryce Vessel for most steals on the team so far. Dawson Sen coming off a good game last night, leading the team in deflections so far in the early season. And the Cougars going to have to do this together if they're going to win this one tonight here at home against a very tough team in Orleans. It'll be one of the tougher teams defensively that the Cougars will see this season. Had the chance to talk to both head coaches before tonight's contest. I talked with Orleans head coach Tom Bradley about the early season for the Bulldogs, the home win over Northeast DuBois, and his thoughts on the Cougars. I talked with North Harrison head coach Ross Schultz about the game at Brownstown last night. Also, what the team has to adjust for tonight and the scouting report on the Bulldogs. You'll be able to hear from the coaches after the commercial breaks. Hear from the Cougar Den in Ramsey. This is the Davis Crushstone pregame show located at 8605 Big John Road in DePaul. For all of your Crushstone, lime, and aggregate needs, call Davis Crushstone at 812-347-2707. You're listening to Orleans and North Harrison basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Morgan's Auto Salvage has been serving the community for many years and have been in the car business since 1984. Morgan's Auto Salvage has late model car, truck, and now carrying semi-truck parts. Can't find a part? With Nationwide Locator, you can find any part you need for your car, truck, or semi. Located on North State Road 37 in Paoli, Indiana. Open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Check out their Facebook page at Morgan's Auto Salvage. For questions, call 812-723-2121. Let Morgan's Auto Salvage experience go to work for you.
Giving parental permission for children to drink might feel like a chance for safe supervision, but the reality is you're increasing the risk of future alcohol abuse and negative consequences. In addition to the potential for misuse down the road, we also know that alcohol use by teenagers has a damaging effect on brain development. If you really want the best for your child, ask yourself, what message are you sending? Paid for by Our Place Drug and Alcohol Education Services.
We continue along with our Davis Crushstone pregame show here on 96.9 WKLO as Orleans visits North Harrison tonight in a matchup of the PLAC in the Mid-Southern Conference. And joining us now is Orleans head coach Tom Bradley. His Bulldogs here in Ramsey tonight to take on the Cougars. And, Coach, looking back at last week with Northeast Du Bois, a game where you all got off to a pretty decent start at home and kind of a back-and-forth game there early on, but it seemed like the guys did a pretty good job adjusting to what Northeast Du Bois was doing physically on both ends of the floor there.
Well, we knew going in, David, we really had to play well. We had to play hard and be physical right back because the games that we've seen Du Bois play, their past history of how they play, they're always playing really, really tough, really, really physical. They don't back down. They have some strong kids, and we knew going in that we had to change what we did earlier in our season if we're going to be able to compete. And that was one of our big things that we focused on.
Well, I know you talked about practice coming in was a really good practice. You guys were able to get back to some basics and fundamentals, and it seemed like the guys executed those little things really well last Friday.
I was really proud of them, how we actually took our film sessions and kind of applied that in the game and understood exactly what we as coaches were talking about and relating to them. And so we were pretty happy with how we played. I mean, we didn't back down. I thought we battled really well. We had some good play out of a lot of different people.
And one key, Coach, was you got off to a really good start in the second half, able to stretch that lead out a little bit more, and it seemed like the guys kind of relaxed and were able to play more of the style they wanted to play after that.
Well, I think you're right. After we came out of the break there at halftime, we came out with pretty good energy, I thought. We got off to a good start, was able to knock down some shots. We shot the ball well all night long. We hit free throws all night long. And, it's just one of those things. If the shot's going in, as a player, you're feeling better, and you're more relaxed. You're feeling pretty good about yourselves. And that's something that we really hadn't had so far until this Northeast Du Bois game. So I think that mental attitude about that really helped us.
And one thing I think that helped, Coach, at least from looking at the way you all were running your offense, your guys didn't settle for shots. You were able to get some good quality shots, and even the ones that weren't going in, the guys stayed confident in what they were doing.
Well, we had a few more assists in this game as well, which, we kind of struggled with that so far about not really just getting a pass for somebody to catch and shoot. We were having to put it on the floor quite a bit to get open, and I think we executed our offense much better.
And on the defensive end, you did a pretty decent job keeping them off the offensive glass most of the night, kept them to one shot, and that was something that you guys improved on certainly from the Bar Reeve game there.
At Bar Reeve, we couldn't rebound a basketball at all against Bar Reeve, and a lot of that is effort. Bar Reeve came out with the effort. We did not in that game. It was really disappointing. And I think it was just a change of attitude about our effort. We were going to be physical with them. We were going to try our best not to get pushed around and really battle and see how the game was called. And as it turned out, the referees did let people play. And, since they were able to let people play, it's a really good thing that we started off playing really tough, because we started coming out there and really get ourselves into foul trouble. We're not real deep bench-wise, and we might be in trouble. So I think the way the style of play that was allowed by the officials helped us.
Well, and of course, this week, too, get ready for one game, but you had an extra day of practice, and then with finals this week, everybody trying to wrap up the semester on a high note. So even though there weren't many games, or this being the only game this week, still had a lot going on, even around practices there.
Well, we did, and we got a chance to watch some other games, obviously. And, last night we got to watch some games as well. We got an opportunity to take off a practice today, not a hard practice today because we'd already practiced 5 days. Then we came in before we left and went through things and shot a bunch and so forth. So I like being able to do that if you don't play on a Friday, take a day off like that and be able to come in and really concentrate on things for 5 days. And then that last day, just hit the free throws, get your talk in again, and be able to come out and see what you can do.
Well, another road trip tonight, your second road game of the season, Coach, here at North Harrison. And as you look at this Cougar team coming in, what stands out to you about what you've seen from North Harrison?
I tell you, they're a group of kids. I think that they're not real tall. I mean, it's not like they're all 6'5", 6'6". But I tell you what, they look strong to me. They look like they're a bunch of football kids, and just the way they play, looking at them, I'd say most all those guys play football at one time or another. And so it's kind of like a Du Bois visit in terms of the strength that Du Bois had and so forth. And so that's something that we got to come back out and match. We got to match that effort that they have. We got to match that physicality, and definitely got to be able to keep them off the glass.
Well, it's similar to Du Bois, Coach. They also have a lot of seniors who have played a lot of varsity basketball as well.
Well, from last year's lineup, when we played them anyway, they got 4 of the 5 guys are back that started last year. Right. And so that's something that we talked about. They got some guys back with a lot of experience. And so it should be a good matchup for us here tonight, playing against that style again. And, we've done that. We've done that last week, and we expect it again, but we're playing on the road, which makes a difference as well. And so we got to get off to a good start.
Well, and certainly, Coach, from the first go-around on the road with Bar Reeve, a lot of things that the guys could learn, not just from that experience and translating it to last week, but now playing on the road again, a chance to learn from what happened last time with that experience.
Exactly right. The Bar Reeve game wasn't one of our best efforts. We did well against Du Bois. Now we play this one on the road. We turn around Tuesday, play a big road game at Mitchell, a conference game and so forth. And so it'd be really nice to keep this rolling and keep our kids feeling good about themselves, Keep that attitude. I think they picked something up, the week before about how hard we got to play and have each other's backs and so forth. And I think that really is going to help us. We just hope we give that effort tonight.
Well, as far as the Bulldogs go coming in, everybody healthy, available, ready to go?
I think so, which is always a good thing, as you're well aware, David, that you want to try to stay healthy all the time. And unfortunately for us right now, we're feeling pretty good.
Sounds great. Coach Bradley, as always, thank you so much for taking the time for the talk. You and the Bulldogs have a good game here at North Harrison tonight.
I appreciate it, David. Thanks a lot.
All right, Tom Bradley joining us here in our Davis Crushstone pregame show. Stay with us. We got Ross Schultz's interview coming up next as you're listening to North Harrison and Orleans boys basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Looking to update your floors? Denny's Carpet in Corden has been your local expert for over 35 years. From cozy carpets to durable hardwoods and stylish vinyl, they have it all and at prices you love. With top-notch customer service and affordable options, they make it easy to transform your space. Plus, enjoy special discounts on select flooring. Stop by or call 812-738-8466 off Highway 62 in Corden. Denny's Carpet, because they know quality and affordability matter.
We continue along with our Davis Crushstone pregame show right here on 96.9 WKLO. North Harrison back home tonight for their second game of the weekend, hosting the Orleans Bulldogs, and we'll get to the matchup here momentarily with Ross Schultz, the head coach of the Cougars, as his team gets ready for this contest tonight. And Ross, going back to last night at Brownstown, the start was okay in some ways. You found yourselves down 12-5 on the road at Brownstown, which is a super tough place to play every year, but your guys came back with an 8-0 run run, able to get the lead. And even though they trailed by 1 at the end of the first quarter, your guys showed a lot of spirit there early on.
Yeah, after that start, we settled in nicely and ran our stuff and kept after it defensively. So we made a nice little comeback and had a good second quarter for sure.
Well, and what really stood out, Ross, was the fact that it looked like Brownstown in their man-to-man was overplaying a little bit. You guys were able to find some back cuts, and guys were doing a great job throwing those passes to the basket and getting some high percentage shots there.
Yeah, we took care of the ball, looked to the post like we need to do, and yeah, they were pressuring us, but with our senior guards, that shouldn't bother us too much, so hopefully we'll handle that well tonight too.
And you guys were able to disrupt Brownstown a little bit and did a pretty decent job competing with them on the glass there in the second quarter. You're able to get a little bit of a lead there, but they came back, of course, but your guys were still down 5 at halftime and still had everything in front of them there.
Yeah, I thought of course, the finish of the second quarter was no good, but other than that, we had a great second quarter. We were blocking out, limited them to one shot for the most part. I think they had 3 offensive rebounds, and every one of them was a bucket. That's what we talked about at the half. So that cost us the lead. And then, of course, third quarter got a little ugly again.
Well, it seemed like about the last minute and a half of the second, all the way till about halfway through the third, that was where Brownstown got you guys down 13. And it just seemed like from that point on, they never really looked back after that.
Yeah, it seems we have a little lull there offensively, and then that feeds into our defense a little bit where we're not communicating, and they get some quick buckets. And, of course, when they're doing well in offense, it might feed into their defense a little bit, so it just kind of snowballed on us. By the time we settled back in, it was a pretty insurmountable lead.
I know you guys only had 12 turnovers last night. You'll take that pretty much every night, especially against a team like that. But it just seemed like that during that stretch there in the third quarter, that's where you had some of your turnovers at your most frequent height there.
Yeah, it just seems to be the bugaboo quarter for us. So, yeah, we just turnovers and quick shots that we get into a little too much speed in the half court. We're fine pushing it in the full, but when you don't have something, just kind of back it out and run our stuff.
And I know you're down 24 there in the fourth quarter, but your guys were able to continue to battle there and chip away and at least able to get something positive coming into the second half of the weekend here.
Yeah, that's right. The other games this year kind of kept going that way. At least we settled in and stopped rushing like we did in the third quarter. We ran our offense, got some good looks, and made the score a lot more respectable.
Well, of course, last night you had great performances off the bench. We talked about it at post-game with Corey and Garrett. They both came in and gave you guys a nice spark. Logan made some nice plays there in the second half, and it just seemed like your bench really did a nice job coming in and bringing energy for you guys.
Yeah, they definitely did. Those two, and all of them did a great job. I think it was 12-5 when we subbed, and then we made a nice little run. So they were a part of that, and we ran with them for quite a long time, and they did a great job.
And Ross, looking at these guys early on, I mean, your older guys, of course, they've been playing pretty well. They've been getting more consistent. But those younger guys like Talon Lewis, who saw some time, but he's been getting more time this year, it seems like those guys are getting more confident game by game.
Yeah, they're getting better and better every game they play. And then, of course, the seniors kind of filling them out, too. They have not exactly the same roles they've all had, so you'll see that improve as we go for sure.
Well, tonight, of course, you turned your attention to another very tough team in Orleans here at home. The Bulldogs off to a 3-1 start this year. As you look at this matchup coming in, what stands out to you about what Orleans brings to the Cougar Den tonight?
Just very fundamentally sound, a great team to watch on film. If you're not playing them, I guess. But, yeah, but they more guard-oriented last year. Now they've got a lot of good post play. So, but you'll see just a great offense they run. We got to be ready for it.
And, of course, they went and won the Class A state championship last year, lost their 2 guards from that team, and Bryce Jones and Rylan Crocker, but they bring back everybody else who was a key rotation piece from that team.
Yeah, they're in a little different roles, but so far they've handled it well. It's fun to watch the way they'll play, but we got to be ready for the post players, and the guards can do a lot too. They maybe not going to shoot like Brownstown did exactly, but the post is going to be a difficult challenge.
I was going to say, Ross, this is a situation. Brownstown played inside out last night, but Orleans, even though they will play inside, they'll shoot a little bit outside. They're looking to try to get the highest percentage shot they can.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot more in the paint action tonight, I'm sure, from them.
And defensively, of course, primarily man-to-man team. They also have shown some pressure throughout the season as well, and that's been a calling card of Coach Bradley's teams over the years at Orleans.
Yeah, we've seen a little bit of press, not a whole lot of zone, but that's okay if we do. We've done well against that, but you're right. Their man-to-man is sticky. You got to be ready to run your stuff like we talked about and really hit them on the screens, or it's going to be a long night.
Well, and as far as the Cougars go tonight after last night's game, everybody available, ready to go tonight?
Yep, we're all good, ready to play.
Sounds good. Ross, as always, thank you so much for taking the time for the talk. You and the Cougars have a good game here with Orleans at home tonight.
Sounds good, David. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, no problem. It's our pleasure. That's Ross Schultz joining us here in our Davis Crushstone pregame show. Stay with us. We've got the starting lineup coming up next as you're listening to North Harrison and Orleans boys basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Are you looking for top quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
For generations, Prosser has been at the heart of our community. We need you. The Prosser Alumni Association helps seniors who need transitional support, guiding them into jobs or career path and giving them the resources to succeed. Students can apply for scholarships in January at prosseralumni.org. Alumni, join us now. Be a member, donate, or sponsor and help mold the next generation of leaders. Visit prosseralumni.org. Prosser. Skills today, success tomorrow.
Let us meet tonight's starting lineups for both of these teams. First, for the number 9 team in Class A, the defending state champion Orleans Bulldogs, 3-1 on the season so far, 0-1 on the road, averaging 48.5 points, giving up 39.3 so far on the season. They will start Dane Freed at point guard, the 5'9 senior, 5 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals on the season. Nate Brown will join him in the backcourt. He's averaging 11 points per game, 3.3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3.5 steals. The forwards, Nolan Robbins, at 6'2 and a senior, 6.5 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 3 assists per game. The center, Mason Freed, 6'6 and a senior, 4.5 points, 6 rebounds per game. And then Alex DeWitt, the 6'3 senior, will be the second forward, 15.8 points and 6.3 rebounds, team highs in both categories. The Bulldogs head coach is Tom Bradley. He is in his 27th season at his alma mater, and their record with him at Orleans is 428 and 212. For the North Harrison Cougars, they will go with a little bit of a different look tonight. Caden Hain, 5'11 and a senior, will be a point guard. 3 points, 4.4 rebounds, 6.2 assists per game. The other 2 guards will be Logan Hune at 5'10 and a senior, averaging a team-high 9.4 points per contest. Talon Lewis at 6'1 and a junior, averaging 8 points, 3.6 rebounds per game. In the front court, it'll be Corey Burson at 6'4 and a junior, 7.8 points, 4.2 rebounds per game. And the other forward will be Dawson Sen, 6 foot and a senior, 7.8 points, 3.2 rebounds per game for the Cougars. They're averaging 50 points and giving up 66.2 per game, 1-4 overall. And so far, winless at home on the young season. The Cougars head coach is Ross Schultz. He's in his 3rd season at his alma mater. The Cougars record 9-41 with Ross Schultz. They're 0-2 at home so far this season, looking to turn that around tonight against a very good Orleans team. The JV game went to North Harrison, 45-41 earlier. The Bulldogs tonight will be in their road black uniforms, white letters and numbers trimmed in red. Orleans, medium block letters across the front of the uniform above the number. Red trim on the shoulders and around the collar. The alternating dashes of white and red down the side of the uniform. The Bulldog head on the back of the jersey above the number and on the right side of the shorts at the bottom. North Harrison in the home white uniforms, blue letters and numbers with the gray trim around the shoulders and the collar. North above the number, Harrison below the number in block letters. The blue stripe going down the side, trimmed in gray, and then the block NH in blue on both sides, on the left side of the shorts. Corey Burson jumping against Mason Freed. The tip back to Nolan Robbins of Orleans, and we are a go. The Dogs going away from us here in the first quarter from the east balcony here at the Cougar Den in Ramsey, while the Cougars will be coming toward us. Freed gets it right wing down low to DeWitt, and he lays it up and in, giving Alex the wide open layup and the 2-0 lead early on for this Orleans team. North Harrison getting their first possession. Hain with it against the pressure, throws it to Sen, a lollipop that's deflected. Sen gets it down low to Burson, and he lays it in left side of the basket. Sen caught it on the right side and got it down to Corey to tie the game at two apiece on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. DeWitt, left side post out front to Dane Freed, around to Robbins' right wing. Nolan, high post to DeWitt above the right elbow. Back over to Nolan Robbins on the right wing. Robbins going for Mason Freed, gets it to him on the right baseline, 15 feet away. Robbins has it again, right wing. Back to DeWitt now, left side. DeWitt goes to Dane Freed now in the left corner. Dane will take it down toward the basket, turns, forces up a tough shot, missed it off the rim, rebound batted around. Hain comes up with it, but it's batted out of bounds off of Nate Brown, who was standing under the basket. And the possession will go to North Harrison regardless. Pretty good start here so far in this one. 2-all, 6:54 to go, opening quarter. Freed, Dane that is, knocks it away from Caden Hain out of bounds. Cougars will get it back. Orleans showing press earlier than they normally do. But the good thing for the Cougars is they saw that at Brownstown last night. Here is the inbound to Lewis, to Hain, throws it high for Hune, and that was just not needed. Didn't need to put that much heat on it, just put it a little bit lower where it could be caught, and the Cougars with a costly turnover in their own backcourt.
An extra long pass, too.
They got to have somebody who can float into that middle against that press. Here's Freed with it up top in the Orleans forecourt. Over to Robbins on the right wing. High post now to Freed. Over left wing to Dane Freed from Mason. Down to the post to DeWitt. One-on-one with Sen. Nice up and under move from Alex. Can't get it to go. Too strong right side rim, and Burson with the rebound. Corey gives it back to Caden Hain. Into the front court to Lewis. Tried to go to Sen. On the roll to the basket left side, but it's deflected away. Alex DeWitt couldn't quite capture it before it went out of bounds under the basket. North Harrison will inbound from the second R of Harrison on the right baseline to Sen at the free throw line. Dawson catches actually right there at the top of the circle. He'll dribble to the left side, scoop it out to Hune, then back out to Lewis at the half-court circle now where Caden Hain has it. 6:08 to go first quarter. We're still tied at 2 on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Sen has it right wing. He'll look over top, throws it toward Lewis. Ball deflected away. Nate Brown got a piece of that one, and the Cougars will have to reset. Nate on the season averaging 3.5 deflections per game, team high in that category. Inbound to Hain below the timeline right, gives it to Hune, pulls up, free throw line jumper, rims off the front, back in front. Mason Freed gathers the rebound for Orleans. To DeWitt, then to Brown into the front court left side. Nate gets the high ball screen from Mason Freed, goes to DeWitt, right side short corner, buries the jumper from 12 feet away. Alex DeWitt's got 4 early for Orleans. 5.5 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. 4-2 Bulldogs over the Cougars. Here is Hain getting a free throw line out to the corner. Lewis, his 3 off the front of the rim. Rebound tipped around. Dane Freed is the one who comes out of there with it for Orleans. He'll run it up the left side of the floor. Lost it. Going down to the corner. He's trapped. And he lost it out of bounds. Tried to throw it off Caden Hain, but Caden got out of the way. And the Bulldogs with the turnover on that possession. Got Talon Lewis having to retie the shoelaces there. 5:21 to go here in the opening quarter. It's 4-2 Orleans on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. It is Lewis into the front court. Sen with it left side. Takes it down the lane. Nice drop off for Burson. In between 2 defenders. Draws contact and a foul. Corey Burson, the junior at 6'4", will go to the free throw line here for North Harrison. The foul will be against Mason Freed of Orleans. That'll be the first on the 6'6" senior, and that'll be the team's first as well. 2 shots for the lefty, Corey Burson. 3 out of 5 at the stripe this season. First free throw, rims around, falls out left to right. Another shot coming up for Corey, who already has the first 2 of the night for the Cougars. He'll try to make this a 1-point lead with 5:11 to go here in the opening quarter on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. He knocks in the second free throw. Burson 1 of 2, has 3 points. 4-3 Orleans. Bulldogs have it. Dane Freed jaunts across the timeline to the right. He'll bounce it to Alex DeWitt on the right wing. DeWitt looking inside. Nothing there. Top of the key to Robbins. Around to Dane Freed left wing. Down low. DeWitt open. Shot blocked from behind. Sen got that one, and the rebound comes to Burson. DeWitt almost got his own rebound there despite the blocked shot. That's the second time Dawson has blocked a shot this season. Sen gets it in the front court now from Hain. Right side goes to Burson. High post below the free throw line. Out top to Dawson. Sen drives it left. Gets tripped up. Alex DeWitt got the foot in the way that time, and the senior for the Dogs is going to get called for the personal this time. That'll be the first on DeWitt. That'll be the team's second on Orleans. 4:38 left here in the first quarter.
Both teams really focused tonight. Playing good basketball both ways.
Hain inbound to Lewis, left corner to the wing to Hune, then to Sin. 3. Dawson rings it up from distance. The left wing, Dawson with his first points of the night. First lead change at 6-4. Dawson, first three-pointer made this season. 1 out of 6 after making that one. Had a good game at Brownstown last night. Dane Freed in the front court to Nate Brown on the right wing. Nate dribbles down to the corner. Nothing there. Double team comes. He tries to get it out of there. Throws it deflected. Lewis takes it away. Gets it to Hune in the front court. Hune lobs it ahead to Hain to Hune inside, and Logan lays it up and in right side before the defense could get there. The Cougars have scored 6 unanswered halfway through the first quarter. It's 8-4 in favor of North Harrison. Nate Brown left wing with it. He's got Talon Lewis on him in the man-to-man. Around to Dane Freed in the left corner. Dane gets a screen, circles around to the top of the arc. So Nolan Robbins on the left side now. Robbins looking inside, doesn't have anything. Dribbles up top, now behind the back. Looks inside, nothing there. Over to Dane Freed, now to Brown, right corner. Brown to Freed, left elbow, out to Dane Freed for a 3, and Dane knocks that one down. That's his second made tray of the season. 2 out of 5 now from distance. The lead is 8-7 North Harrison. 3:26 to go first quarter. Lewis gets turned around in the lane, throws up a prayer that hits the window. Dane Freed gets the rebound to him off the carom. And back to Robbins on the right wing. Back to Dane Freed below the timeline on the right. Dogs about to go to the bench. Troy Dilley about to check in for Orleans. Up top, DeWitt with it. Over to Dane Freed on the right wing. Looking for Mason Freed inside. Straight away to Brown. Nate gets the screen. Gives it to DeWitt inside. He gets his shot blocked again. And the rebound to Lewis. Talon up the right side. Runs it up. And Nolan Robbins gets in his way. Reaching in. Nolan's going to pick up the personal here for the Bulldogs. That'll be the first on Robbins tonight. Third on Orleans here in the opening quarter with 2:56 left. Troy Dilley will replace Nate Brown in the lineup for Orleans. Dilley is 6'2" and a senior, 4.8 points, 3.5 rebounds per game. Inbound back to Lewis in the backcourt. Talon brings it back across midcourt. Across the block NH at center court. Lewis, crossover dribble right, goes left now. Slides it that way, looking to hand it off, does so to Caden Hain. Hain with it on the left wing. Gets the high screen from Burson, takes it to the right wing again. Keeps his dribble alive, one-on-one with Mason Freed. Tries to go in on him, but he threw it away to DeWitt, trying to wrap the pass around from under the basket. Out to Dane Freed into the front court left wing. Hands it off to Robbins, left to the top of the arc. Nolan will slide it over to the right side this time. 2:19 and counting first quarter. Dane Freed catches it left to the top of the key above the spike line. Gives it up to Mason now on the left wing. Up top to DeWitt. Dane Freed right side. Down low to Mason. Gets it to the block. Back out to Dane. Open 3 on the way. He's 2 for 2 now. Knocks that one down for his 6th point already. He had 5 points total on the season coming into this. Less than 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter, and the Dogs are up again, 10-8. Here is North Harrison with it. It's Hune getting it from Hain. Handoff right side. Logan takes it to the left side of the basket, draws contact, and a foul is going to be called on Dane Freed of Orleans. So 4 of the 5 starters have all picked up a foul here. That's the first on Dane, 4th on the Bulldogs here in the opening quarter with 1:45 to go. 10-8 on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Orleans in front. Logan Hune, 3 of 3 last night at Brownstown, to the line for 2 shots. First one on the way, knocks that in for his 3rd point. Logan is now 6 of 8 at the line on the season. Cougars go to the bench. It'll be Talon Lewis out. Bryce Fessel in for the first time, 5'11" senior. 4.8 points, 3.2 rebounds on average. Second free throw slides through the front of the rim for Hune. He ties the game up at 10 apiece. 1:40 left here in the first quarter on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Dane Freed to Troy Dilley, left wing from the top. Up to DeWitt again at the top of the key. To Freed, left wing or right wing, goes down to Mason Freed. He has to dive on the floor after it. Gets it out to Dane Freed in front of the Cougar bench. The heel was on the end line there, out of bounds on the sideline, and that will give it back over to the Cougars. Substitution for the Bulldogs. Nate Brown checks in. He'll replace Mason Freed, give him a breather. Owen Gilbert will check in for the first time now. He is a 5'10" junior guard, 3.3 points, 1.8 rebounds per game. He'll replace Dane Freed in the lineup, who's played well so far for the Bulldogs. 1:24 left here in the opening quarter. Caden Hain gets it into the front court to Hune, left wing. High post to Burson. Has it now on the arc, the left side. Right wing now to Caden Hain. Back to Burson. He'll fire a 3 straight away. That one hits the right side of the rim. Flying in is Brown to grab the rebound for Orleans. He'll run it ahead now, gives it up into the wing to Gilbert left side, to the corner to Dilly, looking inside, but Troy had the happy feet. He slid that pivot foot a little bit before he got the pass away. The turnover back to North Harrison. 1:04 to go here in the first quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard.
That is evenly played a game as you can see anywhere right now. Both teams.
Coach Bradley can't be happy with the turnovers here early. Here's Hain down low to Burson. Missed the layup left side. Brown gets the rebound, saves it into Dilly, but it's too high for Troy. He saved it all the way to the North Harrison bench. And that'll go back to the Cougars. Burson's got to finish that inside. Didn't go up as strong as he could have there. And granted, he had Nate Brown on him, but he still should have been able to stick that in.
Yeah. Having problems with that tonight.
Got to be strong against Orleans. If you don't go up strong, you're not going to get baskets.
No, you're not.
Hain out to the corner. Hune, there's a splash for three in the right corner. Logan's got 7. You hear the Hune chant from the stands there. Haven't heard that one all season. That's new.
That's a new one.
23 seconds to go in the first quarter. 13-10 Cougars in front. Here is Gilbert handling it at midcourt. Owen Gilbert, the son of the girls basketball coach Jared Gilbert at Orleans. The Lady Bulldogs won at Eastern Beacon earlier today, 60-56. Gilbert gives it up to Nate Brown, and he's fouled. Logan Hune. He may have been told to give that one up there. 9.9 seconds to go in the quarter. That's the first on Logan, team's first of the night. Inbound to Owen Gilbert, right side, top of the key to Nate Brown. He'll take it left. He'll fire up a contested shot. Missed it. DeWitt with a putback. Can't get that. Another putback on the other end for Robbins. They're going to wave it off because they said there was basket interference. Somebody pulled on the net, so they're not going to count the 2 for Robbins there. Wow.
That was hard fought.
The net got pulled, and they're saying that the basket doesn't count. They're going to say offensive goaltending.
Yeah, that was
close.
Was intense basketball rebounding there. That was a nice rebound.
End of the first quarter. End of the first quarter. First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. It's 13-10. North Harrison in front. You're listening to North Harrison and Orleans basketball on 96.9 WKLO.
Are you looking for top quality Chris Stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Chris Stone in DePaul. At Davis Chris Stone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality Chris Stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
Hi, this is John Bender. Cooler weather, it's on its way. The Department of Energy says a properly insulated home can save you up to 20% off your heating and cooling expense. So make sure your home is properly insulated this fall. The Owens Corning ProCat low-fill insulation system makes it quick and affordable to properly insulate your home. You can do it yourself, or we can recommend a contractor to help you. Learn how easy you can add insulation with the ProCat insulation system by visiting us at Bender Lumber. Local people serving local needs for over 90 years.
North Harrison up 13-10 to start the second quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard, along with our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton. I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play. It's Caden Hain handling it at the right side below the timeline for North Harrison. To Sen on the left wing. Garrett Tucker, the sophomore at 6'4", in their right block. Sen gives it up top to Hain. 3 rims in and out on him, but DeWitt flies in there and emphatically grabs the rebound for the Bulldogs. Gives it up to Owen Gilbert, who will start the second quarter with Nolan Robbins, Troy Dilly, Alex DeWitt, and Nate Brown for Orleans. DeWitt gets it just next to the right elbow, one-on-one with Fessel, turns, good defense from Bryce. Alex can't get that to go. He's been a little cold here in the early going. Sen gets the rebound in front of the basket. Throws it ahead to Tucker, throws a shot up over DeWitt. Missed that one off the glass. Rebound comes down to Nolan Robbins of Orleans. Robbins into the front court with it between the circles, bounces to Dilly on the right wing now. Troy dribbles free throw line, pulls up, jumper, knocks it down. Nice shot there for Troy Dilly, his first 2 of the night. And the lead is trimmed back to 13-12 with 6:54 to go here in the second quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Sen up top off the handoff, drives on Robbins into the double team, throws it out, deflected past Gilbert, ball loose, Sen gets it back, goes to Fessel on the right wing. Bryce, baseline down to Caden Hain. Caden down low to Sen, one-on-one with Gilbert, turns, nicely done. Dawson with a baby hook before Nate Brown could get there with the help, and that's 5 for Dawson. Makes it 15-12 with 6.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Gilbert to Dilly, front court right wing. Dribbles up top to Owen Gilbert, left wing. Down to Robbins in the corner. Nolan up top. There's a deflected pass. Brown catches it just before it got to midcourt. They'll go to DeWitt now, left wing from the top. DeWitt skips it to Dilly. Looked like he was open. Drives baseline. And Caden Hain going to be called for the reach-in here for North Harrison. That foul on Caden is going to be his first, and that'll be the team's first here in the second quarter on North Harrison.
Got to move your feet, especially against somebody that quick. He stuck his knee out as he went by.
Well, Troy almost traveled there. He kind of almost drug that pivot foot like he did earlier, but he made a good move on Caden, though. Inbound comes to Mason Freed in the right corner. 15-12 North Harrison, 6:06 to go second quarter. Hain checked out. Lewis back in there for North Harrison. Robbins pulls up. Elbow jumper right side. Can't get it. Rebound tipped up. Brown can't get that to go in. Rebound comes down to the Cougars. Hune runs it ahead. Throws it to Tucker on the right wing. Straight away to Hune. Three is too strong off the back rim. Mason Freed got the rebound, but he had Bryce Fessel all over him out there. And Bryce is going to get drilled with the foul this time. That'll be his first and the team's second here on the Cougars in the second quarter with 5:49 to go. It is Orleans with it. Brown brings it up the floor now to the left wing. He goes by his defender. Lewis did not have a good angle defensively, and Brown took advantage, drives in, draws the foul. He'll go to the line for two shots. I think Talon Lewis got him there. That's going to be the first on Talon tonight, and that's now three here on the Cougars with 5:39 to go here in the second quarter. Nate Brown has been a good free throw shooter, 16 out of 22 on the season, has yet to score tonight. First one on the way for the senior. He knocks that one in. Nate, of course, was a big role player for the Bulldogs on their way to winning the Class A title last season. Really came into his own there during the tournament. Dawson Sen is out, and the Cougars send, can't quite see who it was that went back in there. Hune was already out there. Looks like Ryland Shank in there for the first time. Brown is able to knock that free throw in. So Nate goes 2 for 2. He's got two, 15-14 now. North Harrison's lead back to 1. Up the sideline, Shank gets it right side from Lewis. Top of the key to Hune. Back out to Talon at the half-court circle to set up the offense. Lewis to Tucker above the left elbow. Gets it taken away from behind. Nate Brown going for the slam, and he'll hammer it with two hands. Right at the front of the rim. That's the first field goal for Brown, and that's the third lead change of the night. The press bothering the Cougars. Timeout, North Harrison. 5:10 to go second quarter. Orleans has nudged ahead 16-15. With 5:10 to go in the second quarter. You're listening to North Harrison and Orleans basketball here on 96.9 WKLO.
At First Harrison, the Banking Butler is more than just a banking app. It's who we are. It's a level of service we've delivered for more than 130 years. If you need to borrow money for a home loan, car loan, even loans for boats, RVs, you name it, First Harrison Bank will get you competitive rates with fast, local decisions. Apply online at firstharrison.com. The Banking Butler. It's who we are. Keep it easy. Keep it local. First Harrison Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Looking for great food at a great price? Come to Rita's Taco Shop on Edsel Lane in Corden. From loaded tacos and burritos to bowls and street favorites, Rita's has the flavor you crave and the value you love. Dine in or carry out. They're fast, fresh, and always delicious. Don't forget to pair your meal with the refreshing drinks and signature margaritas. With so many options, there's something for everyone. And gift cards make it easy to share the flavor. At Rita's, they're proud to support our local athletes on the court, the field, and in our community. Rita's Taco Shop in Corden, where community and flavor come together.
Real country, pure country. 96.9 WKLO, Hardinsburg, Corydon, Paoli.
5 minutes and 10 seconds to go here in the second quarter from the Cougar Den and Ramsey. It's 16-15. Orleans leading North Harrison on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Out of the North Harrison timeout, inbound from Garrett Tucker to Logan Hune. Tucker gets it back, and he'll walk it across the timeline to the left. Hands it to Talon Lewis at the volleyball line. Lewis gets a screen, drives it right, pitches it to Tucker on the wing. Garrett left to the top of the key to Hune. Three, that's short, front rim, rebound. Nolan Robbins in position at the left elbow is able to grab it in. Up ahead, Brown driving. Foul called well before he got to the basket there, and this will be 4 now on the Cougars here in the second quarter. That's the second now on the senior Bryce Fessel. And the Cougars, one more foul away from putting Orleans in the double bonus. for the last 4:49 of this contest here in the second quarter. Tucker is out, as is Fessel. Dawson Sen, Bryce is still out there. Hain has it. He gets an intercepted pass from DeWitt on the right wing, trying to throw it left block to Brown. Here's Lewis flying up the floor, and he lays it in right side. Talon with his first two, 17-16. Lead change again. Here's DeWitt going left side of the lane. He draws contact, and Alex DeWitt will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. And that'll be the third on Bryce Fessel. Is that right? I thought that was the signal there. No, it's going to be on Dawson Sen, actually. This will be the first on Dawson, team's 5th of the quarter. Bulldogs in the bonus for the last 4 minutes and 33 seconds here in the second quarter. DeWitt at the line. Alex, first one on the way, rolls left side, hits the back of the rim and falls in. He's got 5 now. He's not been good at the line. 8 out of 25 so far. That's surprising for Alex.
I was going to say, he needed that one. Confidence.
Second free throw rolls out. It's just a matter of concentration a lot of times on free throws. 17 all, tie game, 4:27 and counting second quarter. I'm sure that number will get better as the year goes along for Alex.
No doubt.
Here's Hain with it at the half-court circle. Holds it against Dane Freed, who's back in there for the Bulldogs. Joining Alex DeWitt, Nate Brown, Nolan Robbins, and Mason Freed. Kick out to Lewis. Corner 3, rims in and out on him. Shank runs down the rebound against Mason Freed. Gets it to Sen, right block. Straight away to Hain. Over to Bryce Fessel, left side. Drops it down low for Sen. Turns, throws a wild one up. Can't get it to go. Nate Brown comes down injured a little bit. Dane Freed able to get the rebound for the Dogs. Up ahead now with it is Robbins, right side. Goes to Brown along the sideline, just below the timeline. On the right side. Bounce pass to Freed at the volleyball spike line on the left. He'll take it down to the arc. Spins. Goes to DeWitt. Below the free throw line. Jumper. Good from 12 feet.
Alex is starting to feel the game here.
That was a really nice shot, too. 3.5 minutes to go in the fourth. 19-17. Into the corner with it is Bryce Fessel out to Hain on the wing. Hain straight away. Drops it off to Shank, who lost it. Got it stripped away. DeWitt got a piece of it. Ryland's got to be stronger with it there. Freed has it. Dane brings it into the front court for Orleans. They'll back it out to the half-court circle now. Set up the offense, that is, in the half-court. Dawson Sen guarding him in the man-to-man defense. Freed to DeWitt above the free throw line. Pitches it out to Brown on the right side. Give and go to DeWitt. Drives down. Throws up the shot. Missed everything. Mason Freed rebound to Dane Freed. 12-foot jumper. He knocks that one down. That's 8 for Dane Freed so far for Orleans. He had 5 points coming in total, and the Bulldogs have the lead. 21-17, their biggest of the night. 2:47 to go here in the second quarter. Sen right side with it. Pressure from Robbins. Hand off to Lewis at the spike line on the right. Lewis with Nate Brown on him. Tough matchup. He'll pitch it over to Sen on the right wing. Looking down low, nothing there. Dawson has it poked away. He'll get it back, though. Goes to Hain, left side, down to the wing to Hune. And Freed going to be called for the hand check there. That's Dane. And the senior, that is, at 5'9" for Orleans will pick up his second. Team's first of the quarter on the Bulldogs with 2:29 to go second quarter. Ryland Shank is out. Corey Burson back in for North Harrison, joining Bryce Fessel, Talon Lewis, Dawson Sen, and Caden Hain. Orleans has Brown, Robbins, Dilly, and Mason Freed out there with Alex DeWitt. Dawson Sen got it off the inbound right baseline. Brown stripped it out of bounds, so the Cougars will reset this time right baseline after inbounding left side last time between the R and the I of Harrison. Inbound to Lewis between the rings. Gives it up to Hain now on the right side. Caden drops it off for Fessel. Nice roll. Fakes. Tries to go up. Yep, he needed to go up right into Mason there, but that's why Freed averages 2 blocks a game. That's out of bounds to the Cougars right baseline.
Yeah, great timing.
He's improved that since last year, too. Yes. And he was a good shot blocker during the tournament last year. Inbound to the corner. Burson stuck down there. Gets it out to Hain now at the spike line right side from the corner. 2:08 to go here in the second. 21-17 Orleans. Bounce pass to Fessel on the right wing. Bryce looks inside. Up top to Lewis. Around to Hain on the left wing. Straight away to Sen. Fakes. Drives it on DeWitt. Gets cut off. Good defense there from Alex. Dawson dribbled it off his foot. Talon picks it up right wing. Up top to Sen. Around to Hain. 3 left wing on the way. Left it off the front of the rim. Burson there to get the rebound. They're going to say a foul, though, and I think it's going to go on Mason Freed of Orleans for holding on to Burson there. Second foul on Mason Freed. So the Freed guys have 2 fouls apiece for the Bulldogs. Second on the Bulldogs here in the second quarter. We're going to see Caden Burning for the first time tonight off the Orleans bench, replacing Mason Freed. Burning, 6'2" and a senior, 4 points, averaging 2 rebounds per game. Shot block for Lewis. Brown got a piece of that one. Burson can't finish the first time. Second time, though, back up, and he sticks it in. Right over the front of the rim, Corey Burson's got 5 now. The lead is down to 21-19 for Orleans. It's Brown controlling it in the front court. Dribbles on Lewis. Lost it now. Goes to Robbins between the circles. Takes it right side. 15 feet away. Takes it to the elbow. Straight away to Dilly for a 3. Troy missed that off the left side of the rim. Bryce Fessel tipping the rebound to himself there in the paint. North Harrison with 1:10 and counting here in the second quarter has possession down by a basket, 21-19, in a hard-fought matchup here in the first half. Hain lost his dribble. He's got to get rid of it. Does to Sen on the right wing. Less than a minute left now. Hain gets it back below the timeline on the right. Troy Dilly is guarding him out there. Hain driving by Dilly, gets to the basket, and he's going to be called for the walk. Yeah. A little shuffle there before he got in there. Maybe another dribble, but it was going to be hard because Caden Burning came up for the help side defense there. 45 seconds to go here in the second quarter. It's 21-19. Orleans, Bulldogs in possession after the turnover, and then Talon Lewis, didn't need to do that. He'll reach in on Nate Brown. That's going to be 2 now on Lewis, by the way. That is going to send Brown to the free throw line for Orleans. He'll get 2 shots coming up here. Never want to foul that far away from the basket, especially when you're just in a half-court set there and you have no fouls to give.
Yeah. They've already got 5, and they're going to go to the line every time.
Brown 2 of 2 last time. That one rimmed out on him, though. He'll have one more shot here in a moment. He's got 4 points all here in the second quarter. Talon Lewis is out with that second foul. Logan Hune returns for the Cougars, joining Caden Hain, Dawson Sen, Corey Burson, and Bryce Fessel. Free throw number 2 on the way. That one's good. Brown's got 5. The lead is 22-19 for Orleans, leading North Harrison on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Final 32 seconds of the second quarter. It is Hain over to Sen on the right wing in the front court. Dawson dribbles up top, hands it off to Fessel. Bryce decides to hand it to Hune behind him. Logan has Nolan Robbins on him, drives it, pitches it out to Sen left wing. Sen back to Hune, 3 from the corner on the way, off the back of the rim, and Caden Burning gets the rebound from the left side of the lane for the Bulldogs. To Brown, who brings it up now. He has it at the top of the arc. He'll drive right side, and he'll draw a foul. And I got to think that's going to be they're going to give him 2 shots. Yeah, they're going to say 2, say it was on the floor, which I think is the right call. Caden Hain just picked up his second now. So Hain, Lewis, and Fessel all have 2 fouls now for North Harrison. Nate Brown will go to the line for 2 shots again. He's 3 out of 4 from the line with 3.8 seconds remaining until halftime. First one on the way, drops that right through the middle. He'll have another one to make this a 5-point lead. That would be the biggest the Bulldogs have had so far.
Free throws are making a big difference for Orleans. They're knocking them down, and with North Harrison fouling like they have been here lately, that's what the main difference is right now.
Second free throw is right through the middle again, Nate. But both of those has 7 points now. And here's a heave at the buzzer off the back of the rim. Hume got it on the right wing, couldn't get it to go, and that'll do it for the first half of play. At the end of 2 quarters on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard, North Harrison finds themselves down to the number 9 team in Class A by a score of 24-19 on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Coming up, we'll have first half stats and analysis. If we have time, we'll try to update you on other games going on around the area tonight as well. All of that coming up at halftime. Again, it's Orleans 24, North Harrison 19 here at halftime from the Cougar Den in Ramsey. You're listening to coverage of North Harrison and Orleans basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
At Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County, they know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
Giving parental permission for children to drink might feel like a chance for safe supervision, But the reality is you're increasing the risk of future alcohol abuse and negative consequences. In addition to the potential for misuse down the road, we also know that alcohol use by teenagers has a damaging effect on brain development. If you really want the best for your child, ask yourself, what message are you sending? Paid for by Our Place Drug and Alcohol Education Services.
Looking to update your floors? Denny's Carpet in Corden has been your local expert for over 35 years. From cozy carpets to durable hardwoods and stylish vinyl, they have it all and at prices you love. With top-notch customer service and affordable options, they make it easy to transform your space. Plus, enjoy special discounts on select flooring. Stop by or call 812-738-8466 off Highway 62 in Corden. Denny's Carpet, because they know quality and affordability matter.
It has been a closely contested matchup here inside the Cougar Den in Ramsey tonight. The number 9 team in Class A, the Orleans Bulldogs, able to pull ahead there before the end of the first half, going on a 7-2 burst to end the second quarter. And Orleans has the lead here at halftime in a game that has featured 4 lead changes and 3 ties so far. The Orleans Bulldogs leading the North Harrison Cougars 24-19. That's the score on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard here from the Cougar Den on the campus of North Harrison High School here in Ramsey. Along with our statistician and analyst tonight, Greg Deaton, I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play story. Thank you for tuning in to us here tonight on 96.9 WKLO, streaming online at WKLO969.com. You can also find us on our YouTube channel, WKLO 96.9. Or on your Alexa, just say, Alexa, listen to 96.9 WKLO. It's been a close game, as mentioned. Neither team has been up by more. I think North Harrison may have led by 4 or 6 there in the early going. I'm trying to remember what it was there. They had a bit of an advantage there early. I think it might have been up 8-2 actually on Orleans there at the very beginning. So 6 is the biggest lead they've had. For the Bulldogs, they have had a lead of 5. That's where it is right now at halftime. But the lead has gone back and forth a little bit. The Bulldogs got on the board first before North Harrison tied it. And then Orleans able to nudge ahead 4-2 before the Cougars got 1 out of 2 free throws out of Corey Burson, who scored the first 3 points of the game. The Cougars would then get the lead on a Dawson Sen 3, his first of the season, to go up 6-4. So actually, 4 points is the biggest lead North Harrison has had so far at 8-4. Either way, it's been a very close game. It's been within 2 possessions all night. And so far, it's been highly competitive between these two teams. Let's begin with the shooting percentages, or scoring and shooting, I should say, for both teams. We'll start with Orleans here in the first half. Believe it or not, Dane Freed is the leading scorer so far. That has not been his forte early in the season through the first 4 games, but Dane made a couple of threes in the first quarter and then made a nice mid-range shot in the second quarter. He's got 8 so far to lead the Bulldogs in scoring. And again, he had 5 points total coming in after the first 4 games for Orleans. Nate Brown really got things going in the second quarter. He was able to knock down a basket, knock one down. He slammed one home, actually, with 2 hands. Brown got that with 5 out of 6 free throws, so he has 7 points here at halftime. I know exactly what happened. He got out on the run, and, he was gone. So what do they think that the Cougars could do about it? Alex DeWitt has earned every bit of his 7 points. He had 4 in the first quarter. Not really been able to find a consistent shot, but he did knock down a 12-footer there in the second quarter. He's 1 out of 2 at the free throw line, so DeWitt has 7. And Troy Dilley with a nice basket there in the second quarter. He's got 2 points for Orleans here in the first half. Mason Freed, Owen Gilbert, and Nolan Robbins all saw time. They were not able to score. Caden Burning even saw some time, but went scoreless as well, getting some time there in the second quarter. The Bulldogs were 4 out of 10 shooting in the first quarter. They were 4 of 9 in the second, so not great. 8 out of 19 so far, 42%, but the Cougar defense has been pretty strong for the most part. The Dogs have not shot a lot from the outside. Dane Freed made 2 3-pointers in the first quarter. They went 0 for 1 in the second. So Orleans is 2 out of 3 from long range so far, 67%. And they're 6 out of 8 at the free throw line. All those free throws in the second quarter. So far, they've made 75% from beyond the arc. Meantime, for North Harrison, they have been very balanced in scoring, as expected. Leading the way is Logan Hune. He has 7 to this point. Scored all that in the first quarter. A 2 with a pair of free throws and then a 3 late in the quarter to give the Cougars that 3-point lead at the end of the first. So Hune has 7 to lead the Cougars thus far. Dawson Sen with 5. He made that 3 early on in the first quarter, then got another basket for 2 in the second. Corey Burson, 3 in the first quarter on a basket and 1 out of 2 free throws, and then another bucket for 2 there in the second quarter. Burson has 5. Talon Lewis has put up 2 so far. He made a basket there in the second quarter on the breakout. So Talon rounds out the scoring. Caden Hain, Bryce Vessel, Ryland Shank, and Garrett Tucker all got some time, but none of those guys were able to score for the Cougars in that first half of play. And as far as the shooting went for North Harrison, it was not great on their side either. 4 out of 9 in the first quarter, but they dropped to 3 out of 13 in the second quarter. So they were 7 out of 22 in the first half, 32%. 2 out of 4 in the first quarter from distance, 0 for 5 in the second quarter. They made just 2 out of 9 from behind the arc, 22%. And they were 3 out of 4 at the free throw line in the first quarter. That was their total in the first half for 75%. It was 13-10 North Harrison at the end of the first quarter, but the Bulldogs roared back with a 14-6 second quarter and take the lead 24-19 on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard here at halftime from the Cougar Den. 4 lead changes, 3 ties so far in this one. And the biggest lead again at Orleans. Right now they have the 5-point advantage. That is the largest for either side. As for the additional numbers in the first half, the rebounding about even, but Orleans has the advantage, 15-12 on North Harrison. The Bulldogs were able to garner 4 offensive rebounds in that first half. Nate Brown, Nolan Robbins, Alex DeWitt, and Mason Freed all had an offensive board in that first half. Mason Freed, the leader in rebounding with 4 in the first 2 quarters. Dane Freed got 3 rebounds. Nolan Robbins had 3. Nate Brown, 2 boards, 2 for Alex DeWitt, and Caden Burning with 1 defensive rebound. 15 total for Orleans, 4 on the offensive end. North Harrison had 12 rebounds, 5 of those on the offensive glass. It was Corey Burson who led the way with 3 offensive rebounds in the first half. Caden Hain, Logan Hune, and Ryland Shank all had 1 apiece. So 6 total offensive rebounds for the Cougars, half of their total rebounds. Corey Burson came away with 5 rebounds. Talon Lewis had 2. Kane, Hune, Fessel, Sen, and Shank all had 1 rebound for North Harrison in the first 2 quarters. Both teams turned the ball over 5 times in that first half of play, and they both had 5 assists. The Bulldogs had 5 assists on 8 made shots. Dane Freed and Mason Freed, 2 assists apiece. Nolan Robbins also had an assist in that first half. The Cougars dished out 5 assists on 7 made shots. Caden Hain with 4 assists in that first half, came in averaging just a little over 6. Dawson Sen had the other assist for the Cougars in the first half. 24-19 on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Third quarter coming up after the break. You're listening to North Harrison and Orleans basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Hi, I'm Emery Jones, Career Education Coordinator at Prosser in New Albany. It's never too late to level up your life. Whether you're changing careers or finishing your education, Prosser Adult Education offers affordable classes to help you earn workforce readiness, improve your skills, or train for a high-demand job. Visit ProsserCareers.com or call us at 812-542-8508 to get started. Prosser Adult Education. Your future, your move.
Are you looking for top quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
We do have one score update to present to you, and Corydon Central playing Jasper tonight down the road at the Panther Dome in Corydon. It's a grinder so far of a first half. Similar to here, but we've actually got a higher scoring game. The Panthers lead Jasper 18-16. That was the halftime score down in Corydon. The Panthers trying to stay undefeated, 5-0 after their big road win at Scottsburg last night, 75-59. Meantime, The Bulldogs will have the ball to start the second half here at the Cougar Den. It'll be Nate Brown, Dane Freed, Mason Freed, Nolan Robbins, and Alex DeWitt, the starting five for Orleans. North Harrison comes back out onto the floor with Caden Hain, Logan Hune, Townland Lewis, Dawson Sen, and Corey Burson. Here's a steal as Robbins tried to go to Brown, right wing, top of the key. Then Lewis, a little out of control, driving left side, lost it out of bounds. Brown just got in his way and forced Lewis to have to change direction way faster than he wanted. So that loss out of bounds gives it back to the Bulldogs. It'll be Dane Freed controlling it across midcourt. Orleans coming toward us in the road black uniforms, white letters and numbers trimmed with red and white. DeWitt drives it right side, got the ball knocked loose, gets it back though, goes up. It hits the top of the backboard. Fortunately, a plink goes down. And it's going to be out of bounds off of Alex. He had some contact there, but the Cougars did a good job defending without fouling that time. And now it'll be North Harrison with it. Hain into the front court, left side. Bounces it to Logan Hune, left wing extended. Hune back up top to Hain, left to the top of the arc. To Burson on the left wing. Caden gets it back again, this time straight away. He looks right. Now he'll back it out to the midcourt circle. 7:04 to go. Early third quarter. 24-19 Orleans leading North Harrison on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Burson has it left wing. Tries to hand it off to Hune, but Robbins takes it away in the backcourt to Brown, and he dunks it again. The ball kind of got away from him that time, but Nate still able to put it through the cylinder, and now the lead is 7 for Orleans. Burson from Hain in the front court left side to Lewis on the handoff. He'll drive it up top, gives it to Sen. Dawson drives it left and into traffic. Mason Freed blocked the shot, but contact came right as Dawson was driving to the left side of the basket, and the foul will be on Mason Freed. Actually, I thought that would be on Dane, but foul was on Mason. That's going to be 3 on him now, and the team's first on Orleans here early in the third with 6:35 left. Dawson's first free throw on the way, knocks that down.
They needed that one right now.
They cannot afford to have last night repeat on them here tonight, because if they do, they will not be able to come back against Orleans.
No.
Second free throw is up, and that's good. That's something the Cougars did not do last night.
That's what I was going to say. Last night was not good whenever that started to happen, so they've got to get it under control again.
Gave up 8 unanswered to start that third quarter after giving up 6 unanswered to close the second. Nate Brown has it at the free throw line from DeWitt, goes to Robbins left wing. Hain is all over him. Robbins drives past him, and Caden going to be called for contact. That foul will go on the senior Caden Hain. That's now going to be 3 on him, and that'll be the first on the Cougars here in the quarter. He was bodied up all over Robbins, and kind of asking for that foul, quite honestly, just the way he was defending that. Dane Freed inbounds it to Mason Freed in the corner right side. Elbow to Brown. Nate turns into a double team. Backs it out now to Robbins, left to the top of the key. Drives into the lane, falls down, and we're going to have a foul here, and I think it's going to be 4 on Caden Hain. It will, no, wait, they're going to say it's on Sen. Well, Dawson will pick up the foul. That's actually the only plus that comes out of that for the Cougars. That would have been 4 if that had been on Caden. Now Bryce Fessel checks in. He'll replace Hain. So the lineup now includes Lewis, Hune, Sen, Fessel, and Burson. Inbound comes left side to Nate Brown. Drives it. Fessel stripped him, and they're going to call the foul along the baseline. That looked clean, honestly. Didn't look like he got much of the body at all, but Bryce is going to get tagged here. That's now his third foul. And quickly, 3 fouls on North Harrison to start this third quarter with 6:03 to go. Down by 5. Nate Brown to the free throw line. 5 out of 6 in that second quarter. Has 9 points on the night. He is the first in double digits as he knocks that one down. That's his 10th point. 27-21 now the score. North Harrison a 6-point trailer. Could be a 7-point trailer here in just a moment. Second free throw up, and Nate buries that one. Again, he came in 73%, 16 out of 22.
Having a good game tonight, playing really well.
He's been Orleans' most consistent offensive player besides Dane Freed tonight. Sen, nice cut by Lewis. Right side, lays it up and in. Nice job by Dawson to find him cutting on that right block from the right wing. That's now 4 for Talon. Lead back down to 5. Cougars need a stop here. if they're going to keep this going. Robbins curls off the Freed screen, fakes, fires, can't get that shot to roll in from 12 feet left side. Burson under the basket grabs the rebound for the Cougars. He gives it up to Lewis, who now takes over as point guard, with Hain on the bench picking up his third. Fessel gets it right side, goes to Lewis at the half-court circle. 5:20 to go, third quarter. Talon holds Nolan Robbins, and you don't want him on you out there. Lewis will drive it over to the right wing. He's got Dane Freed on him. That's a better matchup for Talon. Goes over left side, hands it to Sen. He'll take it to the right elbow, hands it behind him to Bryce Fessel. Hand off goes to Hune. Slapping to get it is Nate Brown. He'll take it away, and Logan Hune's going to be called for the foul as Nate tried to thunder it down, but the foul had already been called well before he went sky high.
We could feel that up here in the balcony. It shook the whole backboard.
On our end of the floor where we're sitting here at the balcony, the foul is on Logan Hune. That's now 2 on him. That's now 4 on the Cougars with 4:59 to go here in the third. And Alex DeWitt will inbound it for Orleans. Owen Gilbert comes in to replace Dane Freed in the Bulldog lineup. Robbins has it just below the half-court circle. Dribbles left, bounces it to Owen Gilbert. Gilbert up top to DeWitt between the circles. Around to Robbins' left side. Straight away to Owen Gilbert. Gilbert drives, throws up the runner. That won't go off the back of the rim. Rebound tipped twice. Running it down is Bryce Fessel. He sprints the other direction. Goes into Robbins. Layup. Can't get it, but Nolan Robbins underneath of him committing the foul to stop the 2 from happening. And that foul on Robbins will be his second on the night. That's 2 now on the Bulldogs here in the third quarter. We'll send Bryce Fessel to the stripe for 2 shots. Bryce is 4 out of 8 so far on free throws this season, has yet to score tonight. The senior puts up the first one, left it off the right side of the rim short. He'll try to split the difference here. That's the best he can do.
Need this one right now.
Try to get this down to a 4-point lead. Bryce, second free throw. That was nicely done. Rattled in. First point of the night for Bryce. Cuts the lead down to 28-24 Orleans. 4.5 minutes to go here in the third on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Gilbert, high post to Brown, left elbow, drives, forces it up, and it rolls in for him on the little teardrop. Nate Brown is on it now, has 13, almost turnover in the backcourt. Sen can't get to it. Fessel tried to save it along the left sideline in the backcourt, but he couldn't. Out of bounds to Orleans. Ball got deflected away, and then it just turned into a mad scramble to see who could get there. Robbins is out. Troy Dilley checks in for Orleans. First time we've seen Troy here in the third quarter. 6'2" senior at forward, 4.8 points, 3.5 rebounds coming in. Inbound to Owen Gilbert between the circles, left side to Troy Dilley. He'll drive around Sen, drives right side, throws it up off the glass, and it spins in. Troy Dilley, that was a tough shot. His 4th point of the night. All of a sudden, the lead is 8 for the Bulldogs at 32-24, just past the halfway point of the third quarter.
Starting to crawl away.
Sen to Hune, went right into Freed, and Mason Freed is going to get his 4th personal. He got him with the body a little bit there. It wasn't a lot of contact, but I think the lower body was where Mason got him.
Yeah, it was.
And that's going to be the 3rd on Freed, so he has to come out now. There's no way they're going to leave him in there. Caden Burning will be the one to replace him. Free throw for Logan Hune, buries that. He's got 8 now. Cougars really got to get something going offensively. They've got to try to continue to attack the basket. The good thing is they haven't shied away from that.
No, they haven't, but they've got to get some points right now. Orleans is going to crawl away and stay away if they don't.
Hune buries the second free throw, 32-26, 3:48 to go here in the third. 9 points for Logan on the night. Freed is out. Caden Burning back in, the 6'2" senior. And we're going to have 2 shots coming up. No, it'll be an offensive foul on Orleans. I think this is an illegal screen away from the ball. It's called on Caden Burning down on the left baseline. That'll be the first on Caden tonight. That'll be 4 now on the Bulldogs. So next defensive foul, the other team's going to the free throw line. Here come the Cougars now. Hune with it front court, bounces to Sen right wing. Sen drives in. Can't get the shot to go. Burson rebound underneath, sticks it back up and in. He was under the basket, got it up and in from the right side of the rim.
That was a nice board.
It was a tough rebound, too. Between, 3 Bulldogs there?
Yeah, there were 3 right there on top of it.
Well, Gilbert throws it to Brown, and unfortunately for him, Nate's not 6'10". That was a little high, and it's out of bounds. That was one of the few mistakes the Bulldogs have made here in the third quarter. Cougars now down 4. They're still in this, but they got to keep pushing right now. 3 minutes, 8 seconds. Clock rolling here. Third quarter. First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. 32-28 Orleans. Burson, mid-range shot. Nah, that's a settle. He could have taken that to the basket. Gilbert gets the rebound at the free throw line. Lets everybody go by. Nice crossover into the front court. Hugh knocks it away from him, and that's out of bounds off the Cougars. Right into Paul Stroud, the assistant coach there, the volunteer assistant for Orleans. Caden Burning out, and then for him, Nolan Robbins for the Bulldogs. So it'll be Owen Gilbert, Alex DeWitt, Nate Brown, Nolan Robbins, and Troy Dilley for Orleans. Garrett Tucker back out there for North Harrison. First time we've seen him here in the second half. Along with Bryce Fessel, Corey Burson, Logan Hune, and Dawson Sen. Inbound to Troy Dilley, left corner, back out to Brown at the volleyball spike line on the left. Brown turns, bounces to Dilley on the left wing. Dilley looking for the cutter, not there. To DeWitt out front, to Brown right side. Brown holds it, looks up top for Gilbert. He catches, and Garrett Tucker grabbed him from behind. He didn't need to do that. Owen was in trouble already. He had nowhere to go with it, really.
He definitely got him.
And that foul, it's just, it didn't need to do that at all. Foul on Tucker, that'll be his first, team's fifth of the quarter. Cougars are doing a good job being physical, but they're being a little too hands-on sometimes. Free throw is good for Owen Gilbert on his first attempt. He made his only attempt on the season entering this contest. He makes it a 5-point lead again, and Owen has a chance to make it 6, but he missed the second one. It rolled right to left off the rim. Corey Burson grabs that rebound, gives it to Dawson Sen. Orleans showing a half-court trap. Here's Fessel. Burson driving in, lays it up. Left side, got it. He went right by Alex DeWitt for his 9th point, and the lead has been trimmed back to 3 now at 33-30, 2:20 and counting third quarter. First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Gilbert drives right by his defender to Robbins. Nice pass to DeWitt, and he lays it in right side. Robbins from the left side, giving it to Alex on the bounce. He's got 9, does DeWitt, and the lead is back to 5 again as we come down to the final 2 minutes of the third quarter. Sen with it to the right wing now. Hands it off to Bryce Fessel at the volleyball spike line. Left at the top of the key for Burson. Go to Tucker. He has the mismatch there. You got to take advantage of that. But how about him, though? Wide open to the basket. And I don't know what happened to the Dogs, but they missed coverage on the back end.
That was a nice cut. And he was wide open when he got there.
Well, Tom Bradley called timeout. Surprised? I don't think so.
Not a bit. He's not happy with that one.
1:47 to go in the third quarter. 35-32. It's a good one here at the Cougar Den on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to North Harrison and Orleans basketball at 96.9 WKLO.
Hi, this is John Bender. Cooler weather, it's on its way. The Department of Energy says a properly insulated home can save you up to 20% off your heating and cooling expense. So make sure your home is properly insulated this fall. The Owens Corning ProCat low-fill insulation system makes it quick and affordable to properly insulate your home. You can do it yourself, or we can recommend a contractor to help you. Learn how easy you can add insulation with the ProCat insulation system by visiting us at Bender Lumber. Local people serving local needs for over 90 years.
At First Harrison, the Banking Butler is more than just a banking app. It's who we are. It's a level of service we've delivered for more than 130 years. First Harrison is here to make it easy for local business owners with real estate loans, construction loans, SBA loans, lines of credit, treasury management, and merchant services. You will get competitive rates and fast local decisions. The Banking Butler, it's who we are. Keep it easy. Keep it local. First Harrison Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It has become a competitive game again as North Harrison has gone on an 8-3, I guess you could say, stretch here. Not technically a run, really, but the Cougars have trimmed the lead to 3 at 35-32. Orleans called timeout after the Logan Hune layup. Logan has 11 now to lead North Harrison on the night. Owen Gilbert across the timeline with it at the half-court circle. He'll take it right side volleyball line. Passes it to Brown along the sideline. Nate back over to Gilbert, left side of the circle, up top to DeWitt. Pass deflected away, stolen. Shank collided with him. Logan Hune coast to coast for the layup. Ryland Shank did a great job disrupting that play.
Yeah, he did.
And he's big enough. He can hang in there with Alex. Yeah. And, I mean, folks, believe me, Alex is strong.
Bump and bump, both of them.
DeWitt's getting knocked around down there. Tucker and Shank are just beating him up in there. Brown with it left wing to Robbins. He'll drive. He'll kick it back out to Brown for a 3, and he missed it off the side of the rim. Rebound, Troy Dilley, right side, out front to Robbins. Drives it to the right elbow to DeWitt up top. He'll go against Hune. They'll wave off the shot. It won't matter. There'll be 2 shots coming up here for DeWitt. And the foul will be whistled here on Logan Hune. That's now 3 on Hune, unless it was called on somebody else. Pretty sure Logan was the only one there with 54 seconds to go in the third. Instead, they say it's on Dawson Sen. That's his third now. So it's not Hune. He still has 2. Dawson Sen's got his third. Free throws for DeWitt, and that one looked much better there. Alex now has 10 on the night. He has earned every last point he has scored in this one. The Cougars have really made it tough on him.
Been rough inside. There's a lot of bumping and thumping.
Second free throw, left it short. He's still got the yips at the line. I could tell by his face he was mad he missed that second one.
Oh, yeah. He's a competitor.
Like I said, he'll get that percentage up by the end of the season. It's not going to stay down there. Sen with it right side, drives on Dilly, and Dilly's going to be called for the hand check on the way in. I think Dawson had him right where he wanted him there, and Troy knew it, which is why he tried to hold on. That's going to be the first on Troy Dilly tonight, team's 5th of the quarter. Sen to the line for 2 shots. He's got 7 already on the night. He can make this, knocks that first one down. He can make this a tie game if he can hit the second one now.
He made a nice little step and just barely got him out of position onto his hip, and that was it. He's going to beat him to the bucket, or he's had to foul him.
And that's what Troy did with the foul. Second free throw is good. Dawson has now scored 9. The game is tied at 36. It's our 4th tie of the night. The Cougars, night and day from last night in the third quarter.
Yes.
Dilly with it in the front court from Gilbert on the left side. Orleans looks like they're just going to hold for the last shot. And we've seen this delay how many times over the years from Coach Bradley.
Yeah, they know how to do it, and they do it well.
Brown with it at half court. Sen on him. Backs it out now as he tried to drive Dawson to the right. Now he'll take him up top. Looks inside. Nothing there. Now he tries to go to DeWitt. Now he lobs it into the right corner. Robbins open for a 3. Left that one short. Rebound to Shank. Throws it up the floor to Dilly. And the shot will not count at the buzzer. So at the end of 3 quarters, we got ourselves a ball game. Tied at 36 on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard between North Harrison and Orleans. You're listening to North Harrison and Orleans basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Looking for great food at a great price? Come to Rita's Taco Shop on Edsel Lane in Corden. From loaded tacos and burritos to bowls and street favorites, Rita's has the flavor you crave and the value you love. Dine in or carry out. They're fast, fresh, and always delicious. Don't forget to pair your meal with the refreshing drinks and signature margaritas. With so many options, there's something for everyone. And gift cards make it easy to share the flavor. At Rita's, they're proud to support our local athletes on the court, the field, and in our community. Rita's Taco Shop in Corden, where community and flavor come together.
And Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County. They know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
Tied at 36 going into the fourth quarter. Got ourselves a game here again. Orleans led by 8 in that third quarter. The Cougars have rallied to tie it, along with our statistician and analyst Greg Deaton. I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play story. North Harrison was outscored 23-11 in that third quarter at Brownstown last night. They won tonight's third quarter 17-12 over the Bulldogs, and we're down 8, so they have
good turnaround.
Gone on a 12-4 run. And they've done it by playing inside out, too. It's not been a three-point shooting exhibition.
No, not it.
Tucker with it out of the inbound. North Harrison has possession. Hune, Sen, Burson, Shank, and Tucker on the floor for the Cougars. Sen posts up right side, gets it, throws a deflected pass to Shank at the free throw line. Gets in, throws up a shot, rolls off the back of the rim. Front rim no good. Tucker tried to grab the ball away from Nate Brown, tried to deflect it. They're going to call Garrett for a foul in the backcourt there. He didn't like the call, but Garrett just picked up his second of the contest. Team's first here in the fourth quarter. Got to appreciate the hustle there, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Here is Orleans with it in their front court now. It's Dane Freed out there. He gives it to Nate Brown, right wing from the top. Brown pulls up. Oh, man, he sunk it, and he got fouled on the jumper. Dawson Sen's going to be called for the hold, and that's bad news because that's 4 on Dawson now.
Did a little double clutch and still put the ball in the bucket.
He has been playing well offensively since the second quarter of this contest.
He is very focused on what he's doing. His concentration has really been great.
You saw his confidence grow. At least we did, covering Orleans on our sister station, WSEZ, last season. And by the time the tournament came around, he was a key cog in Orleans' run to the state championship. Yeah. He knocks down that free throw. Now he's got 16 points. Came in averaging 11, so he's had a good night. Dogs are up by 3, 39-36, 7:18 to go, fourth quarter. Cougars looking for the response here. It's Tucker settling for the 3, and he rattled it in. Okay.
You're not supposed to. Okay. It went in.
One of those where Ross is like, oh, no, but then next second, oh, yes.
Yeah, it's okay you shot that one after all.
Dane Freed. Cross court to Troy Dilley, right to left. High post to Dane. Throws it down low to DeWitt, and Garrett Tucker with the steal. Gives it to Sen. Left side into the front court to Hune on the perimeter. Hune gets a screen, drives it toward the basket, throws up the teardrop. That's short. Got his own rebound. Goes back up, and he gets it to go in. Logan Hune's got his 15th point. And all of a sudden, the Cougars are in front. 41-39, 6:33 left here in the fourth quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Brown to Dilley. High post. DeWitt. The ball rattled out and rattled in for Alex on the 13-foot jumper. He got it to stay down. Alex has 12. That was a good shot there.
Yeah, it was. Good turnaround.
It wasn't an easy shot, though.
No, it was a very nice turnaround.
Tied again. 5th time tonight, 41-all. Hune going right at Dilley. Left it off the side of the backboard a little too early on the release, and the rebound to Dilley for Orleans. Troy gives it up to Nate Brown. He'll jaunt across midcourt with it. Less than 6 minutes to go. Brown, left side to Dilley along the sideline. Back to Nate. Drives in, kicks it out right corner. Open 3 for Dane Freed. He missed it long. Left side, Brown, offensive rebound, goes to the cutter, Robbins, who is coming down the left side of the paint. And the Cougars are going to get charged with a personal foul here again. This one, I believe, is on Garrett Tucker. Now that's going to be 3 on the sophomore for the Cougars and already 3 on North Harrison here in the fourth quarter. Troy Dilley is out. In for him is Mason Freed. He's back in there with those 4 fouls. Inbound to Nate Brown, half-court circle. Tie game at 41. Cougars have Logan Hune, Dawson Sen, Garrett Tucker, Rylan Shank, and Corey Burson. Orleans has Dane and Mason Freed, Nate Brown, Nolan Robbins, and Alex DeWitt. Brown controls it at midcourt at the circle. Takes it left side, lobs it over to Robbins on the right. Cougars showing trap here. Robbins high post to Brown, turnaround shot, banked it in. Off of the glass. Good night. It is hard to stop him right now. 43-41.
Having a great night.
Dawson Sen the other way quickly right into Nate Brown, and he lays it in. He's got 11. Dawson's had a big second half. And once again, we find ourselves at a stalemate, 43-all, 5 minutes to go. This is a really well-played game between these two teams.
It's very good. It's one of the better ones we've seen this year.
I'll tell you about what said to Ross beforehand is, Freed goes down low. Dane found Alex DeWitt under the basket. He gets pinned in, and he'll go to the line as he missed the shot underneath, but he drew the contact on Rylan Shank. The senior for the Cougars at 6'3", just picked up his first. That's now 4 team fouls on the Cougars with 4:50 to go in the fourth quarter. DeWitt, 2 out of 4 at the line. First one off the back of the rim. There's a block, I think, with him at free throws right now.
Yeah, he's not doesn't normally do this. He's a very fine shooter.
Well, he doesn't lack for confidence. We know that.
No.
We saw that last year with him.
He took control of so many things last year, and he's doing that this year most of the time. Free throws are hurting him, though, right now.
He did make the second one, though. He's 3 out of 6 on the night, has his 13th point. 44-43 Bulldogs, 4:45 left here in the fourth quarter. Talon Lewis with it on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Coach Schultz wants a timeout. That's a good one, 44-43. Orleans up on North Harrison on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to North Harrison and Orleans basketball on 96.9 WKLO.
Looking for great food at a great price? Come to Rita's Taco Shop on Edsel Lane in Corden. From loaded tacos and burritos to bowls and street favorites, Rita's has the flavor you crave and the value you love. Dine in or carry out. They're fast, fresh, and always delicious. Don't forget to pair your meal with the refreshing drinks and signature margaritas. With so many options, there's something for everyone. And gift cards make it easy to share the flavor. At Rita's, they're proud to support our local athletes on the court, the field, and in our community. Rita's Taco Shop in Corden, where community and flavor come together.
Short time out there for Coach Schultz and the Cougars. And North Harrison still with 3 timeouts, if my count is right. 4:41 to go here in the fourth quarter. They have got the basketball in their front court. Inbound lob back to Talon Lewis. Caden Hain is back in there for the Cougars. He joins Lewis, Garrett Tucker, Corey Burson, and Bryce Fessel, who gets it right wing. Left side to Hain, into the corner to Lewis. Orleans in a zone. Around to Fessel, right side. Back up top to Hain. Around to Lewis, left corner. Talon, slick pass there. Almost got away, but Caden able to grab it. Right wing to Fessel. Throws it to Tucker on the left wing. He'll drive on Brown. Back out front to Hain. Around to Lewis. Long 3 left wing. That's off the back of the rim. Rolls off. Nolan Robbins runs down the rebound on the right baseline. He'll give it to Dane Freed. He'll settle it down, and he'll bring it up the floor for the Bulldogs here to set up their offense. And then over and back. Oh, my goodness. That's a mental error you don't see from Dane Freed or really any of the other dogs most of the time.
That was shocking. But, he's human, but he just didn't have an awareness of where he was at right there. He backed up a step and wham.
Well, the Cougars still have a chance to get the lead here. Hain with it against the trap into the corner to Fessel. Bryce launches it cross court to Tucker in the left corner. He drives baseline, goes up, draws contact, and a foul. Garrett Tucker couldn't get it to go. He shot it over the rim, but that's because Alex DeWitt got in there and kind of gave him a little bit of a slap on the arm there to try to stop that. Actually, no, it's on Mason Freed, and he just fouled out. Oh, my.
That's a big factor right there.
Well, I thought that was on Alex there.
They were both there, but...
Well, you hate to see that if you're Orleans because your big guy's out now, your rim protector. And it's made a difference not having him on the floor.
Yeah, they made the run when he was out.
Tucker misses the first free throw off the back of the rim. He'll have another opportunity here. 5 out of 7 from the line coming in. He did well at Brownstown last night. 9 points. Did not shoot a free throw, though.
North Harrison made the run and get back in the game whenever he was out, so we'll see what happens.
Second free throw down the hatch for Garrett. He's got 4 points all in the quarter. 44 all. Nate Brown to Dane Freed across midcourt to the right. Dane driving to the basket. Gives it to Brown. Lays it up. Ooh, it just slid in there. He almost missed that one, actually. He was almost too far into the rim. 46-44. Brown has 20 on the night. And then Dane Freed, too much hand checking in the front court. Caden Hain was trying to drive to the left wing. Freed picks up his third foul now. So Dane picks up the team's second of the quarter. Corey Burson checks out. In for him is Dawson Sen for North Harrison. Only down 2 with 3:29 to go. They've shown a lot more resiliency tonight here at home.
Orleans went back to the man-to-man, and they're able to drive again. North Harrison's able to drive again, and that's a big thing.
Tucker 3 straight away. Oh, my gosh, how did that stay in there?
I don't know.
It danced around the rim, hit the front, the back, and then fell in off the front again, and the Cougars are in the lead, 47-46 with 3 minutes to go.
This is a barn burner of a game.
This kind of has a sectional feel to it a little bit. Dilly with it left wing, drives it to the right side of the lane, goes up around Tucker and lays it in off the glass. Troy Dilly's got 6 now. The lead right back to the Bulldogs again at 48-47. 2:46 left here in the fourth quarter. Leads changed hands a few times. Tucker to Hain between the circles with it. Caden settles it down. 2:37 left on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Sen has it right wing off the pass. He looks up top. Now he'll lob it to Tucker on the left wing. Gets around DeWitt, fires a 15-footer. Garrett Tucker's on fire. He just got his 9th point of the night with that jumper, and the lead back to the Cougars again. Our 9th lead change of the night. Freed with it, hands it to Brown, half-court circle. Nate slides it to the left side, gets around his defender, goes in, lays it up, got it to go in, and Sen with 4 fouls. Couldn't do anything about it. Brown's got 9 in the quarter, 22 on the night, 50-49. Orleans back out in front. 10 lead changes. Hayne drives it left side, gets to the basket, and he lays it up and in. First basket for Caden tonight.
This is a heck of a game.
Who is going to get the last possession? That's what it's going to come down to, the way this is going. Brown drops it up to DeWitt. He'll lay it up and in. Count it with the foul. Caden Hayne got him on the body from the left side. And Alex on the left block. Nice give and go from Nate Brown. He lays it in. Alex has 15 now on the night. Has a chance to give Orleans a 2-point lead. 4th foul on Hayne. That's 5 on the Cougars here in the 4th quarter. So double bonus for Orleans for the last minute 40 on the clock. Free throw, DeWitt knocks it down. 16 points for him. Timeout Orleans. 53-51. Orleans leading North Harrison on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to North Harrison and Orleans basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County. They know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
Looking for great food at a great price? Come to Rita's Taco Shop on Edsel Lane in Corden. From loaded tacos and burritos to bowls and street favorites, Rita's has the flavor you crave and the value you love. Dine in or carry out. They're fast, fresh, and always delicious. Don't forget to pair your meal with the refreshing drinks and signature margaritas. With so many options, there's something for everyone. And gift cards make it easy to share the flavor. At Rita's, they're proud to support our local athletes on the court, the field, and in our community. Rita's Taco Shop in Corden, where community and flavor come together.
53-51 Orleans after the and one for Alex DeWitt. Caden Hayne picked up his 4th foul. He and Dawson Sen have 4 for the Cougars. Mason Freed is fouled out for Orleans. It's the Cougars with it. Hune gives it to Tucker. Right wing fires. He can't get that one to go. Hit the right side of the rim. Nate Brown flies into the lane to get the rebound right in front of the basket. Brown will be the one to bring it across midcourt left side. Takes it to the spike line now. Nate takes Dawson Sen to the arc. Backs it out. Kicks it over to Troy Dilly. Right side half-court circle. Dilly gets stuck for a second. Goes to Brown now. Right side spike line. Dawson Sen with 4 fouls is guarding him. 1 minute left now. Brown takes it left side, and Dawson Sen just got called for his 5th. He just fouled out. He bumped him there just enough.
Yeah, right with the body.
Yeah, hate to see that. Dawson's played really well here in the second half. Really, he's played well both nights for North Harrison.
Yeah, he's consistent.
Unfortunately, he's done. He'll finish with 11 points. 6 here in the second half. Nate Brown, who has been money from the free throw line tonight, steps up for Orleans. Missed 1. That happened in the second quarter, so he is 8 out of 9 on the contest. He has 22. I believe that's a career high for Brown.
He's had a great night, for sure.
First free throw. He looked a little tight on the windup there, but he got it to go. He knows what's on the line here.
Yep.
54-51. Orleans lead is 3. They can take a 2-possession lead if Brown can bury this one. He's out there with DeWitt, Robbins, Dane Freed, and Troy Dilly. Second free throw. Got it. Ice water flowing through those veins tonight for the senior. Less than a minute, 55 seconds. Orleans 55, North Harrison 51. First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Hayne takes it right side, tried to give it to Hune.
Oh, no.
Brown deflected it. It hit Logan's left hand into the North Harrison bench, and a critical turnover with 50 seconds to go. Cougars really got to get something here defensively.
Hate to see either team lose a game like this, especially since we covered both teams.
Yeah, we see Orleans on Gold, 98.7 WSEZ. This is the 3rd time we've seen the Bulldogs this season, and that foul on Talon Lewis, that'll be his 3rd of the night. 2 shots again, not the guy you want to put on the line right now if you're the Cougars. Brown rattles that first one in. He just keeps adding on. He has 12 points here in the quarter.
Had a great night all the way around.
25 points. Second free throw, got that. 26. Cougars down by 6 now, 57-51. They've got to get a basket here, some kind of basket. Urson has it up top, drives into DeWitt. Blocking foul will be called. Coach Bradley thought he walked, but the official called the block on Alex. That'll be the second on DeWitt. Team's third here in the fourth quarter. Still have one more foul to give. Orleans does with 36.7 seconds to go. They're up by 6 right now. They're kind of in the driver's seat. Hain lobs it to Hune. Straightaway three is up, and he got it with 33 seconds to go. 18 for Logan. Lead is 3. Foul in the backcourt. Talon Lewis. Oh, gosh, they fouled Brown again. Oh, no. Oh, man alive. Why, guys? You don't need to foul him.
There's money in the bank tonight.
Oh, gosh.
That's just all there is to it.
Oh, man. That's 4 on Talon Lewis, by the way.
He is most guys, but he's really shooting the ball tonight.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Try to count how many free throws. He made that first one. He makes it a 4-point lead again. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 15th attempt of the night. He's 13 out of 14 at the free throw line. That's why you don't put him on the line. Second free throw, he got that one. Why not? 14 out of 15 now. And to top it all off, he's got 11 plus 4. He's got 28 now. Hune, 3, right wing this time. Too strong back of the rim. Fessel, nice head fake. Goes up. Got it to go! And unfortunately, Nate Brown went down hard on that one. That's the downside here. And Nate went airborne. My goodness, he went up. Bryce faked him out of his shoes. And he drew the foul on Brown. And I'm glad Nate's okay because, man, that was a hard spill he took.
He hit the floor hard. He was way up there.
He kind of hit Bryce on his way down, too. And, man, that feels like hitting a piece of rock.
Yeah, it's made out of steel. We saw that in football.
How about that head fake, though? Wow.
It was a good fake.
Free throw on the way. Bryce knocks it down. We're down to a 2-point lead, and Ross Schultz will call a timeout. 59-57, 19.2 seconds to go, fourth quarter. Orleans hanging on by a bucket on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to North Harrison and Orleans basketball on 96.9 WKLO.
And Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County. They know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
Well, it was a 6-point game with 50 seconds to go. North Harrison has continued to claw back. Bryce Fessel, head fake, 2 defenders going by, got the shot up, got the free throw to go in with the basket, and it's a 59-57 lead for Orleans on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. 19.2 seconds to go.
Great Indiana basketball game.
DeWitt looking for the inbound. He goes to Dilly right in front of him. Back to DeWitt. DeWitt brings it up the floor, and Talon Lewis is going to have to sacrifice that 5th foul. And if you're going to foul somebody, Alex, I mean, I'm not picking on him at all, but he's the one you got to foul if you're North Harrison, though. You're not fouling Nate Brown again if you can help it. There's no way.
You don't want to try Nate again. He's just proven it's not going to happen.
And unfortunately, as I said, Talon sacrificed himself. He's fouled out. 4 points on the night. DeWitt, first free throw on the way, left it short off the right side. He's got the yips right now. There's no doubt about that. I feel for him because Alex is such a good kid. He really is.
Good kid, and he's an excellent basketball player.
I told Ross Schultz, the North Harrison coach, as the second one's off the back of the rim, he's as amiable a kid as he can be off the court. On the court, he's a cold, hard competitor, though. Tucker with it to Hain. Caden's got to go. Drives it left. Kicks it to Burson. 3 from the corner left side. Off the back of the rim. Too strong. Troy Dilly gets the rebound. Gets fouled with 0.7 of a second to go. And Logan Hune just picked up his 4th. That was not a bad shot for Corey. Just missed it a little bit there. And Dilly's going to go to the line for 2 shots. That's 3 fouls on Hune. I did count one that actually wasn't on him earlier, so that is actually his 3rd. Troy Dilly has not been to the line tonight. 4 out of 6 on the season. He has 6 points. First one, back rim, and it rolled in for him. Oh, man. Wow. Got the friendly roll on the road. 59 becomes 60 to 57 Orleans. 7/10 to go. He makes this. That'll probably do it. Second one rimmed out. Hain gets it, throws it all the way down the floor, missed it wide right, and that'll do it. Wow. What a matchup tonight.
That's a great game.
A tough result for the North Harrison Cougars, but what a win for the Orleans Bulldogs at the same time. Hated to see either team lose this one, as hard fought as it was, and the Bulldogs capture one on the road tonight here at the Cougar Den in Ramsey. They win their fourth in a row over North Harrison in the series that dates back to the 2015-16 season. Orleans gets their first road win of the season, and they do it in the most dramatic fashion possible. 60-57, the final score on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard tonight. Orleans escapes with the victory. They have now won back-to-back games after losing on the road at Bar Reeve a couple weeks ago. They are now 1-1 on the road. North Harrison, unfortunately, falls to 1-5 overall. They're now 0-3 at home, and they have lost 5 in a row, but they got to feel a whole lot better about the way things look after tonight, considering the difficult third quarter last night at Brownstown. The Cougars gave themselves a chance, but unfortunately just can't get over the finish line here at the end, as Orleans survives with the win on the road, 60-57 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. We'll go into our Davis Crushstone postgame show after the break. We'll talk with both head coaches. We'll speak with Orleans head coach Tom Bradley about the Bulldogs' win, and we'll talk about the loss from the Cougars' perspective with head coach Ross Schultz, along with the final stats and also score updates from around the area as well. Again, Orleans survives tonight 60-57 here at the Cougar Den in Ramsey on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to coverage of North Harrison and Orleans basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Real country, pure country. 96.9 WKLO, Hardinsburg, Corydon, Paoli.
Looking for great food at a great price? Come to Rita's Taco Shop on Edsel Lane in Corydon. From loaded tacos and burritos to bowls and street favorites, Rita's has the flavor you crave and the value you love. Dine in or carry out. They're fast, fresh, and always delicious. Don't forget to pair your meal with the refreshing drinks and signature margaritas. With so many options, there's something for everyone. And gift cards make it easy to share the flavor. At Rita's, they're proud to support our local athletes on the court, the field, and in our community. Rita's Taco Shop in Corydon, where community and flavor come together.
And Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County. They know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
Well, it was a wild ride to the finish. Orleans had the lead at 8 there in the third quarter, and North Harrison was starting to kind of have a little deja vu going back to last night's road loss at Brownstown Central. But the Cougars responded after trailing 32-24 with a 12-4 run to close out the third quarter. They knotted the game up at 36, turned it into a whole new contest. And it was a fight to the finish here tonight in the basketball sense in every possible way. Orleans actually got a 6-point lead with about 50 seconds to go. North Harrison did trim the deficit to 2 with about 12 seconds to go. Corey Burson had a 3 from the left wing. It was a pretty good look, and you could nitpick whether Corey was squared up enough to the shot, but it was a good look. He just missed it off the back of the rim. It's one of those that just didn't go down for him. The Bulldogs, Troy Dilley, able to garner the rebound for Orleans. And the Bulldogs are the winners tonight in a tightly contested matchup here on the road at North Harrison. The final score, number 9 in Class A, Orleans, able to escape with a 60-57 win over the North Harrison Cougars here tonight inside the Cougar Den on the campus of North Harrison High School. That result on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. We welcome you to our Davis Crushstone postgame show right here on 96.9 WKLO, streaming online at WKLO969.com, as well as on our YouTube channel, WKLO 96.9, and on your Alexa. All you have to do is say, Alexa, listen to 96.9 WKLO. Orleans wins this tonight. Nate Brown had a career high in scoring to lead the Bulldogs. He was virtually unstoppable really throughout the entirety of that second half. He ends up knocking down 14 out of 15 free throws tonight for Orleans to lead them in this one. But for the Cougars, Logan Hune got things going really there in that third and fourth quarter, able to make some key baskets. Garrett Tucker came off the bench and made a couple of big threes, including one that he probably shouldn't have taken under most circumstances, but the ball went in for him, and it gave the Cougars a 44-43 lead at that point early in the fourth. The good news was Garrett stayed hot for a couple more shots, had another three that he missed there toward the end. The Cougars gave it everything they had. They stuck with it, unlike last night where they kind of faded back against Brownstown Central. They rallied and showed a lot of resiliency against a very tough-minded Orleans team here inside the Cougar Den. North Harrison had some chances there late, a turnover here or there, a couple of missed shots here or there, and that ends up making a little bit of a difference here in this one as the Cougars experience the heartbreak of the loss. It is their closest loss of the season so far, and that doesn't really make anything better as far as the result goes, but as far as the growth, maturity, and the resiliency that the Cougars showed, it certainly goes a long way in that. And this North Harrison team can hold their head high knowing that the effort was certainly there tonight against a very gritty team from Orleans. They are the defending Class A state champions. They are definitely not the same team they were last year. Got some younger guys and some guys in new roles this year coming back from that state championship team. But the Bulldogs able to find a way to get the victory here tonight, here on the road at North Harrison. Let's run through the scoring and shooting here tonight between these two teams, and we will naturally start with the Orleans Bulldogs here tonight. The road team, Nate Brown, had 7 points in the second quarter, scored 6 more in the third on a pair of free throws and a couple of twos. And then Brown went to work in the fourth quarter. 7 out of 7 at the free throw line. He made 4 2-point baskets, and he goes on to score 28 points. He had 15 of his 28 in that fourth quarter of play for Orleans tonight. So you got to give the hat tip to Nate Brown. He played a really nice game tonight, was just tremendous offensively, and he did a lot of great things on the defensive end as well. So Brown ends up leading the way for the Bulldogs tonight with 28 points. Alex DeWitt, he missed a couple of free throws there late. He'd like to have those back, of course, but Alex still had 16 points in this one, 7 in the first half. He had 3 in the third quarter, 1 out of 2 at the line with the basket. He had 2 hard-fought baskets, including one on a 3-point play that gave Orleans that 6-point lead late. DeWitt ends up going 2 out of 5 at the free throw line there in the fourth quarter, but he does finish with 16 points as he had 6 points in that final frame for Orleans. As for the rest of the Bulldogs tonight, Dane Freed had all 8 of his points in the first half, a pair of trays in the first quarter, a 2 in the second quarter, 8 points for Dane. Troy Dilley had 7 in this one, got a 2 in the second, a 2 in the third, another 2 in the fourth, and then he ends up getting 1 out of 2 free throws at the end that essentially salted the game away with 0.7 of a second remaining for the Bulldogs. As for the rest of the team tonight, the only other scorer was Owen Gilbert. He got to the free throw line in the third quarter. He went 1 out of 2 at the stripe, so Owen completes his night with 1 point as Orleans is able to prevail here on the road at North Harrison. As far as the shooting goes for Orleans tonight, they end up knocking down 8 out of 19 in the first half, and they end up shooting 11 out of 17 in the second half. They were pretty doggone efficient offensively, going 7 out of 8 in that fourth quarter. In total, the Bulldogs go 19 out of 36 shooting tonight here on the road, and that is a very nice percentage. Their best of the year, I believe, so far. 53%, 19 out of 36. They made 2 out of 6 from behind the arc, and it went 0 for 3 in the second half, 33% shooting here on the night. And the free throw shooting for Orleans tonight, they make 20 out of 28 from the free throw line tonight. And that is good for a total of 71% on the contest. So Orleans able to make free throws there down the stretch. And Brown, as mentioned before, 14 out of 15 himself from the stripe tonight for the Bulldogs. Head coach Tom Bradley joins us now in our Davis Crushstone postgame show here from the Cougar Den in Ramsey. Coach, for your one game this week, you couldn't have asked for a closer game coming down the stretch. You guys able just to make enough plays to squeeze out the win there at the end?
Well, I think so. It was either team's game throughout. Either team could have won that at the end, and we were fortunate to get out of there with the win for sure.
Well, you got him into some foul trouble there in the fourth quarter, able to get to the line, and Nate really did a great job getting to his spots offensively. He got some good mid-range shots to go down, got some drives, and he even created some opportunities for other guys as well.
I thought so too. We kind of rode Nate quite a bit tonight with 28 points, and we missed a few free throws there late on, obviously, but Nate was the guy. He didn't miss. I don't think he missed in the second half, so he was really shooting the ball well, and we had it in the hands of the guy we wanted it to be.
Yeah, no question. And you had a lot of guys contribute there early on. Dane Freed got going early on, seemed to boost his confidence, got a couple of threes there. Yeah. And then Nate got going second quarter. Alex was earning every bit of what he got throughout the course of the night as well. And the Cougars really brought the physical play to your guys, but your guys responded well most of the night.
I thought so. It was nice to see that the Dane got off to a good start there. And then you look at Alex, that you mentioned him, he's a gamer. He's going to get you some points. But Troy Dilley did a really nice job coming in there. We got some baskets out of him. It was really, really nice to see. But overall, that was a good team. We knew that from watching film, and we knew that they were physical. We knew that they were stronger than us and bigger than us and so forth. And losing Mason out there late really kind of hurt us, I think, losing his size. We lost some shooters at times out there, but and they got some guys who can score. I mean, they really do. 33, I know. We told all the kids, we can't lose 33, can't lose 33. And then 44 comes out there and knocks down, a couple big threes on us and kind of things that we didn't really expect.
Well, it was a close game. Neither team was able to get a big advantage there in the first half. You guys were able to go into the locker room up by 5, and then you got the lead out to 8 there in the third. And then at some point there, Mason picks up that fourth foul, and it seemed like North Harrison really took advantage of that.
Well, I think that was one of the biggest plays in the game for us was, got Mason in foul trouble. And, with their size and their bulk in there, we really need Mason on the court. And, he got a couple fouls there that he kind of thought maybe he didn't foul, but, the referee calls that, and I'm sure they did a great job and they got him right because I couldn't tell any difference. But it was one of those things where it was a physical game. I thought it was very well officiated throughout because of the physicality and all. I thought it was really good that way. But, you got to have guys step up. And, fortunately for us, tonight was Dane and Troy, guys that hadn't scored a lot of points for us. And then, of course, Nate and Alex, you got to have them every night. But Mason played really big minutes for us, I thought. He really played a lot of minutes, even though, wasn't the guy that tried to score tonight. But he did a nice job defensively.
Well, it certainly did. And then I thought Nolan made a lot of big plays for you guys. He was able to get some deflections and able to disrupt the North Harrison offense at times as well. Even though he doesn't score, Nolan finds a way to contribute to the game in all kinds of different ways.
Well, Nolan is that guy that will make the big plays for you on the defensive side. He's the guy that, he just has a knack for that. He does a really nice job of defending. Really, really smart about, where he should go on each and every set that they run and so forth. But he's a physical kid, and he can rebound the ball well. He doesn't get knocked off balance or anything like that. And he can take guys that's coming in there and he can body them. And I thought, tonight, even though you look at his scoring, he didn't have any on the score sheet, but he played a huge part in what we did tonight.
No question. Well, you guys got up by 6 there with about 50 seconds to go off a 3-point play, I believe it was, there down the stretch. And then all of a sudden they come back, North Harrison, they get a 3-point play. All of a sudden it's a 3-point game, and then it's 2. And it just seemed like it could go either way there, even in the final seconds.
Well, yeah, it was pretty tight there at the end. And fortunately for us, we made a big play there late and was able to get the basketball. And you got to have guys that'll step up and make big shots and big free throws. And there at the end of the game was nice, when we went up 4. And, if we were just up 3 at that time, they were still going to have to rebound it and make a long pass or whatever. They had a timeout left. But, it's really nice when you're up 4 and you know that you don't have to make a stop.
No doubt. Well, and of course, they got a pretty good look for a 3 there. Corey Burson misses that off the back of the rim. Troy able to be in the right place at the right time to get that rebound, gets fouled, makes 1 out of 2 with 7/10 of a second, and then misses the second one. It didn't really give him any time to get a good look there.
No, not at all. And so that was really nice. That was something that, we'd like to make that other free throw. But since, I just mentioned, since we missed that free throw, you look at the time that was on the clock. That was because they were going to call timeout. And that's going to give them not much time at all to be able to call timeout and still have time left to make a shot.
No question. Well, Coach, it's a great win tonight on the road for your guys, continuing to show growth here in the early season, and definitely a big step up from these guys as far as maturity this season in terms of being able to figure out a way to win on the road.
Yeah, that was nice. Never easy coming down here to try to pick up a win. And like I say, Coach Ross, he's doing a really nice job there. He's got these kids playing hard, and they're a team that is very mature in terms of their experience. It was 4 starters back from last year, and we knew going in it was going to be tough. But I'm proud of my guys. I really am. We made some mistakes, and they made some mistakes, and they're high school kids that are going to. But our kids never quit, and North Harrison's kid never quit. They played extremely hard, and they're going to have a great year.
This is the kind of game, Coach, too, where you can look back on it later in the season and say we've been in this situation before, and now we know what it's like to be in a close game late.
Well, yeah, and on the road like that as well. So, this is something that you can draw from, like you mentioned, David. You can draw from this and know the plays that you got to make. And, we made pretty good plays down the stretch. They made some big shots there to catch back up. We were up 8, I think, at one time there in the 4th. But we did a really nice job of closing it out.
Well, kind of a quick turnaround for you guys now coming back Tuesday night, but it's a much shorter drive up the road now going to Mitchell for a conference game, and a Mitchell team that's been playing well here early in the season, so another test coming up for you all.
Well, it's definitely a test. I scored 80 points last night. I don't know that we can score 80 points in 5 quarters, but they scored 80 points last night and really did a nice job attacking the rim. They shot the ball extremely well. They look like they're having fun playing, and I think Coach he has them in a good frame of mind right now about having fun and really playing hard. And we got to go over there. It's always a big game. It's always a good crowd for us over Christmas here. And so really looking forward to that. But makes it a lot easier for this weekend and our next 2 days of practice, knowing that we come out ahead here on the road.
No doubt. Well, the Bulldogs win it tonight 60-57 here on the road at North Harrison. They will be back at it Tuesday night up at the Hive in Mitchell. Coach Bradley, as always, appreciate the time in the post-game. Congratulations on the win tonight, and Merry Christmas to you, your family, and to the Bulldog family as well.
You as well. I really appreciate it, and I know your family here with you tonight, and want to wish them a Merry Christmas as well, and Happy Holidays.
All right. Thank you, Coach. We appreciate it. Safe travels back home today.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right. Tom Bradley joining us here at our Davis Crushstone postgame show here on 96.9 WKLO. The Bulldogs win tonight 60-57 here on the road at North Harrison, but it's the Cougars who win the JV game tonight 45-41 as North Harrison falls to 1-5. Bulldogs now 4-1 on the season. So we mentioned that Nate Brown had 28. He led all scorers tonight for Orleans. Let's go through the rest of the scoring. Ross Schultz, hopefully we'll get to hear from Ross because his team really grew a lot tonight from their loss at Brownstown last night. So hopefully we get a chance to talk to Ross here. But first for the Cougars, let's go through their scoring and shooting here. 2 guys in double figures tonight. Logan Hune, 18 points in this one. He had 11 in the second half. Logan made 2 free throws in the third quarter with a couple of baskets for 2. And then a 2 and a 3 there in the fourth for Logan. Kept them in the contest. Logan Hune with 18 points, his season high, or at least so far for the Cougars. Meantime, Dawson Sen, 11 points. He fouled out of this one tonight. Dawson had 5 in the first half, 4 free throws on 4 attempts in the third quarter, and then he got a basket for 2 there in that fourth quarter on a nice drive against the Bulldog defense. So Sen, finishes with 11 tonight. The Burson-Tucker duo continues to produce for North Harrison. They combined for 20 points last night, and Burson and Tucker combined for 18 tonight. Ori had 3 in the first quarter for the Cougars, of 2 in the second, for a total of 5, 4 points in the third quarter, and a total of 9 for Burson tonight. Garrett Tucker had all 9 of his points in the fourth quarter, 1 out of 2 at the line, 2 crucial 3-pointers with a basket there late. And so Garrett with 9 points in this one for North Harrison. Meantime, Talon Lewis and Bryce Fessel both had 4 points. Talon had 2 in the second, 2 in the third for a total of 4. Bryce had 1 free throw on 2 attempts in the third, a huge 3-point play that kept the Cougars in it. In the fourth quarter, Bryce converted that to get to 4 points. And then Caden Hain with a big layup there in the fourth quarter off a drive, 2 points for Caden tonight. Ryland Shank saw some time. He did not score, but he contributed in other ways for the Cougars tonight here at home. Ross Schultz, North Harrison head coach, joins us now in our Davis Crushstone postgame show. Man alive, what a game this was. It was a great game for both teams. Could have gone either way down the stretch. It was a 6-point game with 50 seconds to go, but Ross, you guys were only down 2 there in the latter stages. Had a good look for Corey, just missed it, and Orleans able to get the rebound and the free throw to close it out.
Yeah, for sure. You know, you second guess yourself. Do I call timeout? Do I not? I really didn't want them to be able to set up a defense, and knowing Coach, he would have switched it up into some crazy zone or something. So we had a head of steam with Garrett rigging it up. Then he kicked to Caden, and Caden did an awesome job finding the open shot. I mean, I wouldn't put anybody else there to hit that shot. He about made it, so I'm not upset at that at all.
Yeah, I was going to say it was a great look. It was about as clean a look as you could possibly get. And most of the time, Corey makes that shot. Unfortunately, just hit the back of the rim. And then Troy Dilley for Orleans was in the right place at the right time to get that rebound, had to foul, and left you with 0.7 of a second after that one. And then he makes the free throw and misses the second one to force you guys to have to throw up a full court shot at the end there. But your guys, Ross, after last night, showed so much resilience tonight. You kind of found yourself in a similar situation there in that third quarter, but the guys responded much stronger tonight than they did last night.
Yeah, that's what I'm most proud of. We've had the third quarter blues a little bit so far this year, and we definitely didn't have that. That may have been our, outside of maybe first quarter, our best quarter. Came back after a little struggle at the end of the second quarter and tied it up and just made a great game of it.
Well, early on, you guys were doing a really nice job attacking their defense. You guys were able to get to the basket, and that produced some open shots. And then you guys were able to get established in the interior as well. That seemed like that opened things up for you guys, especially against the defense as tough as Orleans.
Absolutely. It's kind of the game plan for us. Get it in the paint. That doesn't mean we have to shoot it. Pass it back out, drive and kick. That's what we do well. And, man, we got some good looks that first half. A lot of them didn't go, but we'll keep shooting them. Hopefully go in.
Yeah, I don't know, three-point shooting hasn't been going the way you want it to so far, but I thought tonight you guys took better shots, I think, than you had been really all season outside of the South Central game, and that's encouraging to see that the guys are understanding what you want to do offensively, and they're getting better shots instead of just settling for outside shots now.
Yep, I agree, and that's key moving forward. If we can keep doing that, good things are going to happen for us for sure.
Well, they kind of made a little bit of a run there toward the end of the second quarter, went up 5 at halftime, so it was kind of similar to last night in that way, too. And then they get the lead to 8 there in the third, but then you guys got a critical foul on Mason Freed, their big guy in the middle, got his fourth, and it seemed like that really opened things up for you guys, and your guys really were aggressive and smart in attacking the lane against Orleans after he went out with that fourth foul.
Yeah, we did a good job of that. He's a big presence in there, so when you take him out, we're able to look for the post or at least drive in there, get by the outside guys and attack. And we did a good job of that, got him in foul trouble. And then when he came back in there, we did the same thing and got him out of there pretty quick. So that worked out.
Well, you guys went back and forth there, had the lead, I think, at a couple of points. I think in the second half alone, there were 8 lead changes in this game, so it really went back and forth. But Orleans, though, with Nate Brown, he had 28 tonight. He just became really hard to stop, and once he got going, it just didn't seem to matter who guarded him. They had a hard time with him.
Yeah, he was a load. Man, he's good at the mid-range. That's something you don't see a ton of anymore, and he was just real impressive. And, of course, you don't block him out, he's going to get it, and he'll find his way to the free throw line, too.
I want to point out Garrett on that shot early in the third quarter, that three, because we were kind of like, he's going to shoot that? And it goes in. It gives you guys the lead. And I know you had to be looking at it thinking, I don't know why he shot that, but at the same time, I'm glad it went in, too.
That's about right, yes. Garrett's a confident young man, and I'm not going to take that away from him. Then he had a nice drive and shot later. And even on the other one, it was a little quick on the three, but, man, when he's feeling it, you don't want to hold him back. So I'm not too upset with that shot. I think he could have probably ripped and attacked like we have been, but either way, these last 2 nights, he's grown up a lot.
And Corey, again, had a really nice night for you guys. He had a tough time with DeWitt on the inside. Alex is a very good player, good defender as well, and I thought Corey held his own really well pretty much all night.
I think so, too, against some really good, big competition. For sure, Corey did awesome down there.
Well, and then also one other play, too. Bryce there at the end with that head fake, getting both Orleans defenders on their feet, somehow getting the ball up just as the foul was called, getting it to go in, sinking the free throw. He kept you guys right in it right there at the end.
Oh, yeah, you can't say enough about Bryce, the effort he'll give you after 4 years of all the carries he gets on the football field. He's been through it. Our play was, Bryce, get Logan open for 3, and Bryce can do that with the best of them, and he did. Logan just couldn't make that one, but Bryce went and got it. Used his pump fakes and somehow got that to go in and then buried the free throw. Gave us a real good chance to win the thing.
So a tough loss tonight, Ross, but I think this weekend it's safe to say you guys have taken steps in the right direction. It's not resulted in wins, but you got to feel good about competing against a team the caliber of Orleans here at home, a team that obviously is very well schooled in what they do, and for your guys, it should give you some confidence, hopefully, going forward.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping. Take the positivity and just move forward into next week and see what we can do up at Mitchell.
Well, and speaking of that, the Cement City Classic, you guys have a little bit of time off for Christmas next week, and then on Monday, December 29th, you play 2 games that day in pool play. You get Eastern Pekin, an old conference rival who's now in the Southern Athletic Conference, of course. Then you get the host Blue Jackets, who Orleans actually play on Tuesday night up at the Hive in Mitchell. So you have a little bit of time to recuperate, heal up a little bit, and then go play in a tournament you guys haven't played in yet.
That's right. We're excited to get up there and compete against 2 good teams and see where we land for the Tuesday final.
Well, and that's the next time we will see you guys. Will be in that last game on Tuesday night as well. So we're going to be with the Panthers when they go down to the Perry Spencer Classic on Saturday the 27th, and then on that Monday when they play down at Heritage Hills. So we'll see you guys again on that Tuesday night. But Ross, congratulations to your team on a great effort tonight here at home, and hopefully the team continues to grow from this going forward, and we look forward to seeing you guys at Mitchell. Merry Christmas to you, your family, and to the Cougar family as well.
Merry Christmas to you, and thank you for coming and everything you do for our young men here.
Appreciate it, Ross. Thank you. Ross Schultz joining us here at our Davis Crushstone postgame show tonight as Orleans prevails 60-57 here on the road at the Cougar Den in Ramsey. Let's continue to go through the shooting here tonight for North Harrison. 13 out of 20 from the floor tonight in the second half after going 7 of 22 in the first half. The Cougars make 20 out of 42 shots tonight for 47%. They were 5 out of 15 from behind the arc tonight in total. 3 out of 6 in that fourth quarter, but 5 out of 15 total, 33%. And the Cougars, just like last night, they made their free throws. They were 3 out of 4 in the first half. They made 9 out of 11 in the second half, and they are 12 out of 15 tonight, 80% from the stripe. It was 13-10 at the end of the first quarter. North Harrison led. The Bulldogs roared back in the second quarter, 14-6. And they took the 24-19 lead into halftime. Third quarter went to the Cougars, 17-12. They tied the game at 36 going into that fourth quarter, and then Orleans just scrapped it out, 24-21, in a really fun game to watch tonight. If you didn't care who won, it was a great game to watch for sure. 60-57, the final. Orleans wins it. The JV goes to North Harrison, 45-41, in a game that featured 12 lead changes and 7 ties here tonight inside the Cougar Den in Ramsey. Quickly through the rebounds, turnovers, and assists tonight. Orleans wins the rebounding 23-19. 6 offensive rebounds for the Bulldogs among their 23 total tonight. The leader on the boards was Nate Brown. He had 5, 2 of those of the offensive variety. Nolan Robbins and Mason Freed, 4 rebounds apiece. Both of those guys had 1 offensive rebound for the Bulldogs. Troy Dilley, 3 rebounds, 1 on the offensive end. Dane Freed had 3 rebounds tonight as well. Alex DeWitt garnered a couple of rebounds, 1 of those on the offensive glass. Owen Gilbert and Caden Burning both collected 1 rebound for the Bulldogs, 23 total, 6 on the offensive glass. For North Harrison tonight, 19 total rebounds, 7 of those on the offensive end. Corey Burson, the leader tonight, on the boards with 8, had 4 of those on the offensive side. And then it was very much by committee past that. Caden Hain, Talon Lewis, Bryce Vessel, Dawson Sen, and Ryland Shank all had 2 rebounds apiece tonight. Hain, Sen, and Shank had 1 offensive rebound apiece. Talon Lewis and Bryce Vessel also 2 rebounds for them apiece. And then Logan Hune with 1 rebound tonight for the Cougars. 19 total, 7 on the offensive glass. Turnovers dead even, 10 apiece between the Cougars and the Bulldogs tonight. And the assists were even, just like they were in the first half at 10 apiece. The Cougars had 10 assists on 20 made shots tonight, while the Bulldogs dished out 10 on 19 made baskets. Nolan Robbins had 5 to lead the way for the Bulldogs in the assist column tonight. Dane Freed and Mason Freed both had 2 assists, and Nate Brown had 1 tonight for Orleans. The Cougars, 10 assists on 19 made shots. Caden Hain had 5 assists in the contest tonight, just below his average of 6. Dawson Sen had 2 assists. Bryce Vessel, Logan Hune, and Corey Burson had 1 apiece for Orleans as they go on to win 60-57. We'll take one more break, come back, and wrap things up with our Davis Crushstone postgame show after this. You're listening to coverage of North Harrison and Orleans basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Looking for great food at a great price? Come to Rita's Taco Shop on Edsel Lane in Corden. From loaded tacos and burritos to bowls and street favorites, Rita's has the flavor you crave and the value you love. Dine in or carry out. They're fast, fresh, and always delicious. Don't forget to pair your meal with the refreshing drinks and signature margaritas. With so many options, there's something for everyone. And gift cards make it easy to share the flavor. At Rita's, they're proud to support our local athletes on the court, the field, and in our community. Rita's Taco Shop in Corden, where community and flavor come together.
And Harrison County Hospital's orthopedic surgeons of Harrison County. They know pain and limited mobility can take a toll on your life. That's why the expert team is there, providing comprehensive, full-time orthopedic care right in our community. Led by Dr. John Connor, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, along with physician assistant Christina Gunter and nurse practitioner Jeannie Doan. They deliver personalized care to help you move freely again. Don't let pain hold you back. Call Harrison County Hospital today and take the first step toward recovery. 812-734-3800 or online hchin.org.
Are you looking for top quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
12 lead changes and 7 ties in this game tonight as Orleans survives on the road. They led by as many as 8 in the second half at 32-24, but North Harrison clawed back to tie the game at the end of the third quarter, 36-all. The Bulldogs were up 6 with 50 seconds to go. North Harrison cut it down to 2 in the latter stages of the fourth quarter. The Bulldogs, though, able to get a big rebound off of a Corey Burson miss on an open three. It was a good look for Corey. Unfortunately, just couldn't get it to go. Troy Dilley made 1 of 2 free throws at the end to close it out for Orleans in a 60-57 win here tonight at the Cougar Den. So a well-played game between the two teams. Orleans back at it again Tuesday night. They'll make the short trip up the road about 7 miles to the Hive in Mitchell to take on the Blue Jackets. And that'll be on our sister station, Gold 98.7 WSEZ on Tuesday night. Then the Bulldogs have a bit of a break for Christmas, and they'll come back to play at Southridge down at Huntingburg Memorial Gymnasium on Friday, January 2nd. They'll play in the Baird tournament down there. They'll play Providence at 2:30 on Friday, January 2nd, before playing Forest Park in the later game at 6 o'clock that evening. And then depending on how the Bulldogs do, that'll determine when they play on Saturday in the final round of the Baird tournament down at Huntingburg. For North Harrison, they've got a break for Christmas right now, and the Cougars will be back on Monday, December 29th. They'll take part in the Cement City Classic up at the Hive in Mitchell on the campus of Mitchell High School. And the Cougars will take on former Mid-Southern Conference rivals. Still kind of odd to say that at this point. Eastern Pekin, that'll be their first game on the 29th at 3:15 that afternoon. The Cougars will then play Mitchell that evening at 6:45. And just like Orleans, depending on how the Cougars do in those two games, that'll determine when they play on Tuesday, December 30th. That'll be the next time we see the Cougars right here on 96.9 WKLO. And in the meantime, we will turn our attention to the Corydon Central Panthers. They will be back in action again next week as they'll be taking part in the Perry Spencer Classic right here on 96.9 WKLO. It is a game where the Panthers will take on the Tell City Marksmen, the host, in the first round at the Brian Taylor Sports Arena in Tell City. And the Panthers trying to make it a 5th straight season with a championship game appearance in this particular tournament. The Panthers have been runner-up the past 3 times, 2 times against Heritage Hills, and then the heartbreaking 1-point loss to Charlestown last season. The Marksmen will come in with a 1-4 record. They have a home win over Evansville Day last Friday, and the Marksmen have also lost at home to Perry Central and Washington with road losses to Forest Park and Tecumseh. The second game will feature Crawford County and Perry Central. The losing teams will play at 6:30 Eastern time that evening, while the winners will face off next Saturday evening in the semifinals at 8:15. Join us for our Davis Crush Stone pregame coverage next Saturday morning around 10:40 Eastern time, with tip-off at 11 a.m. from Brian Taylor Sports Arena on the campus of Tell City Junior-Senior High School in Tell City. Catch North Harrison and Corydon Central boys and girls basketball throughout the season here on 96.9 WKLO. You can listen to us on 96.9 FM, streaming online at WKLO969.com. Check out WKLO 96. Check out our Facebook page for our full broadcast schedule. And the Panthers, speaking of Corydon Central, lost for the first time this season at home against Jasper. A hard-fought game down there at the Panther Dome tonight. Jasper escapes with a 47-43 win. Jasper's now 3-2 on the season, their third straight win. Riley Foy led the way with 18 points tonight for Jasper. Jalen Mainers had 10 points, while Jack Fessel tallied 15 for the Panthers, who fall to 5-1. Grant Lindemann had 11 in the losing effort for Corydon Central. So with that, we'll be with the Panthers again next week. And then Tuesday night, I want to make this quick announcement as well. We'll have special coverage of Corydon Central girls basketball over on our sister station, The Buzz, 99.3 WZZB. The Lady Panthers will be hosting Seymour in the first meeting between the two teams since the 2003-2004 season. The junior varsity game will start at 5 o'clock, an hour earlier than normal, with the varsity tip-off around 6:30. Pre-game coverage will begin around 6:15 Tuesday night on 99.3 WZZB, our sister station out of Seymour, online at WZZB1390.com or on your Alexa device. Just say, Alexa, listen to The Buzz, 99.3 WZZB. So as we close up shop for the night, we'd like to thank all of our great sponsors: Harrison County Hospital, Denny's Carpet, Our Place Drug and Alcohol Services, and Rita's Taco Shop in Corydon, Prosser Career Education Center in New Albany, Bender Lumber, First Harrison Bank, Morgan's Auto Salvage in Paoli, and Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. Most of all, thanks to you for listening to our North Harrison and Orleans boys basketball broadcast tonight. Once again, the final score on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard: Orleans with the victory in a close one. The final 60-57 over North Harrison. The Bulldogs now 4-1 on the season, while the Cougars fall to 1-5. We thank you for listening to our broadcast tonight and for tuning into our post-game coverage presented by Davis Crushed Stone, located at 8605 Big John Road in DePaul. For all of your crushed stone, lime, and aggregate needs, call Davis Crushed Stone at 812-347-2707. For our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton, I'm David Deaton, saying have a great night from the Cougar Den on the campus of North Harrison High School here in Ramsey. This reminder on the way out: keep your heads held high, love each other, be a light in your community, and may God bless America. Thanks again for tuning in tonight. You have been listening to coverage of North Harrison and Orleans boys basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
This broadcast on Real Country 96.9 WKLO has been made possible by our incredible community sponsors: Davis Crushed Stone, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Denny's Carpet, First Harrison Bank, Morgan's Auto Salvage, Our Place Drug and Alcohol Services, Prosser Career Education Center. Thanks for supporting local athletes, local schools, and local radio. This has been Real